Okay, as we took over LEC, we conducted an assessment from the value chain, that is from generation, transmission, distribution, commercial. We sort of identified some bottlenecks. We're still doing the assessment, but the first preliminary insights we got was the issue of the load shedding. That means you have some communities off 10 hours, some are off for 5 hours, that intermittent power. Our goal was basically to reduce that significantly, if not zero, but at least to the bare minimum. And we had to quickly leverage, we had no other option to leverage regional network to bring power from Côte d'Ivoire to optimize domestic generation. And there where we are today. We've not started Guinea yet. Today I'll be signing the PPA from Guinea. Hopefully over the weekend, the next week or so, we will be bringing from Guinea. I see that people talk about Guinea coming. It hasn't come yet. We've concluded the PPA. Hopefully it will be coming. As Guinea comes, we will shut down the bush road to save on the fuel, because it's strategically in our interest to deal with cheaper power than the expensive one that you get through generators.
It appears that the LEC bus, is a matter of the moment. Is it because we are in a rainy season? And second, a report from the Liberian Senate. In a few weeks from now, you'll be appearing before the Senate committee. And before that, Senator Dillon has taken an official Facebook page and pledges support to you. Liberians are saying you should remain active so that they can enjoy the current. What do you say?
Well, for me, we will be blessed if the rain is around. That's fantastic. That's good news if the rain is around. Are you seeing rain?
No.
Okay, so we will be happy because the Mount Coffee produces 66 megawatts, but now we are not putting 66 up. We are putting either 18 or 36, but we are using 100 megawatts. We have to get the gaps from somewhere. So that's why I told you from the beginning that we get it from Côte d'Ivoire and also from the Bushro plant.
Honorable MD, I'm basically concerned about the power theft. Are there measures that have been put in place to reduce power theft in Liberia, most especially in Central Monrovia?
What?
Are there plans?
Yes, there are plans to reduce power theft, and we've started already. We have the anti-power theft task force. We're going to basically institutionalize that, bring it routine, and build the capacity, and as well as also fight it from the point of view making the availability of meters. Sometimes we understood that when there are no meters, people resolve to connecting either ways. So we're making the meters available to everybody. And
so he doesn't do better than his schools.
I think he will do better.
I think he doesn't, so we can move him from power.
What do you think is the problem?
I actually want him to be a one-time president, so he doesn't do better than his schools. I
think he will do better.
I think he doesn't, so we can move him from power.
What do you think is the problem?
I actually want him to be a one-time president, so he doesn't do better than his schools. I
think he will do better.
I think he doesn't, so we can move him from power.
What do you think is the problem?
I actually want him to be a one-time president.
The number one citizen in the republic who vowed to respect all laws has decided to play politics with a constitutional mandate. The truth is, this constitutional mandate is not a debatable mandate.
So he doesn't do better than his schools.
I think he will do better.
I think he doesn't, so we can move him from power.
What do you think is the problem?
I actually want him to be a one-time president, so he doesn't do better than his schools.
I think he will do better.
I think he doesn't, so we can move him from power.
What do you think is the problem?
I actually want him to be a one-time president, so he doesn't do better than his schools.
President Boyka, you must follow the mandate from the Supreme Court. difference here. Either as a nation we agree to follow a path of chaos, because once you do not go by the rule of law, then you are calling for chaos. We either do chaos or we do calm, where our country is able to move forward, where the hopes and aspirations of our people will be met, where the dignity that carries the name Liberia across the nations of the world will no longer be looked at as a pariah. This is the choice we have today. And that particular choice is led by the President of the Republic of Liberia. He can decide whether he wants a calm country so that he can fulfill the rescue agenda, which I believe is just a story, as I've been saying, or you can open a Pandora's box that will lead us to a place where we don't want to be. I'd like to call on the President of the Republic of Liberia, President Joseph Nima Boykai, the members of the Unity Party, and the members of the Liberian Senate and the House of Representatives to abide by the Supreme Court ruling. The reason why the onus is on the President is because the first branch of government is the implementer of all laws. The Supreme Court has spoken. What they have spoken is law and is a mandate. We look forward to its implementation to its fullest. I thank you.
Thank you. Thank you ever so much. Whilst you are in flight, witness the arrival of the chairman, the vice chair for operations of the PLP movement, Comrade Pascal Ganti.
I never expected I would get to this point. That the number one citizen in the Republic who vowed to respect all laws has decided to play politics with a constitutional mandate. The truth is, this constitutional mandate is not a debatable mandate. President Boyka, you must follow the mandate from the Supreme Court. The difference there is a very clear difference here. Either as a nation we agree to follow a path of chaos, because once you do not go by the rule of law, then you are calling for chaos. We either do chaos or we do calm, where our country is able to move forward, where the hopes and aspirations of our people will be met, where the dignity that carries the name Liberia across the nations of the world will no longer be looked at as a pariah. This is the choice we have today. And that particular choice is led by the President of the Republic of Liberia. He can decide whether he wants a calm country so that he can fulfill the rescue agenda, which I believe is just a story, as I've been saying, or you can open a Pandora's box that will lead us to a place where we don't want to be. I'd like to call on the President of the Republic of Liberia, President Joseph Nima Boykai, the members of the Unity Party, and the members of the Liberian Senate and the House of Representatives to
activates, the up heaven, and a chaotic scene erupted this morning. But basically, let us inform the people of Liberia that the regime of Joseph Newman Boyka, on the instruction of the RG of police, have captured the chairman of the Student Unification Party and have taken him to an unknown destination where our intelligence sources have gathered that the chairman is being tortured by the Boyka's administration, only because we have identified that the administration of Joseph Boyka is using the vice president of student affairs to intimidate student leaders on the university campus with suspension or blocking in their RD. We also wish to inform Liberians at large that today, on a very normal day, where students converge at the university to get quality education, the government of Joseph Boyka, under the leadership of the angle-wearing RG of police, invaded the university campus, caused multiple casualties. As we speak, we have over 25,000 students that were brutalized, wounded, and they are on critical conditions. Some are in hospitals around the country. We want to urge Liberians that the chaotic republic that was promised yesterday by the Unity Party has been birthed. Today is the beginning of that chaos that was promised yesterday by the UP Alliance, that they were prepared to go for anybody that remains critical on the Boyka's administration. We want to give the government of Liberia an ultimatum of 72 hours to provide a living ballot of the chairman of the Student Unification Party, or else there will be a catastrophic pneumonia in the Republic of Liberia. To arrest the chairman of the Student Unification Party, only because the government feel intimidated about the Vanguard Party advocacies, is tantamount to treason. Mr. Boyka have committed an act of treason against the student movement, and the Vanguard Party will continue to rally consistent effort. We want to inform the students of the University of Liberia that this government, under Joseph Boyka, is not serious for education. It's not willing to provide quality education for the university students. Today was just a normal day. Today, the university students were very peaceful until the government of Liberia invaded, violating the chapter that created this university. The chapter that created the university says no armed men should invade the University of Liberia. But today, we have over thousands of police officers with arms shooting tear gas and live bullets at students that led to 25 students being in critical condition as we speak. We are rallying all progressive forces. We are rallying all solidarity allies and institutions to remind the government of Joseph Boyka and the international community that the dark days is here, that democratic governance have been compromised, that the regime is so intimidated that its opinion for political consciousness is an intimidation to them. We want to inform Mr. Boyka that we will not remain silent. We want to inform the university administration that the Kool, who is the major instigator of violence on the university campus, will leave. SUP as an institution, whether you arrest the chairman of the Student Unification Party and take him to a new destination, whether you capture militants of the party, whether you brutalize us, we will not remain silent on Joseph Boyka. The constitutional ineptitude, the constitutional violation under Mr. Boyka's leadership will be put on a checkmark by the Vanguard Party. We are not.
Go for it, Trumao.
We are lack of Adikas, yo. We are lack of him, yo. He needs to go, yo.
This place should be a peaceful environment where the government is providing the means for students to have access to quality education. This page under Joseph Boyka have become and is becoming chaotic on a daily basis. Every week, there will not be a day that police will not invade the university campus. The number of casualties, the numbers of police brutality, the number of gun violence against peaceful students and student leaders at the University of Liberia is increasing and alarming on a daily basis. The government is left tight. Civil society organizations and actors are quiet about the constitutional violations of people's right to free speech, freedom of assembly and gathering. We are urging Liberians today to rise up to the occasions. Yesterday, when we confronted the CDC in its gangster paradise, we were celebrated as revolutionaries. Today, it is a sleeping, working president. A president that understands nothing about political leadership and administrative governance. Today, democratic values and tenets have been denigrated.
He's a national chairman of the opposition Congress for Democratic Change, the CDC. So he about to give the official position statement on the angle of the Congress for Democratic Change, after which this meeting will come to an end. I see Akara Moses Gray with him. He's the former district number 8 representative on Akara Moses Gray from the Congress. Let's now join the acting national chairman of the CDC, Kool, former controller general of the Republic of Liberia, as he gave the official position of the Congress for Democratic Change.
And the comrades for the ANC, Comrade Yogi of the CMC, Comrade James Ellison Pay of MOVE, Comrade Maya Swam of Volunteer, Comrade Moses Akara Gray, my own predecessor, and level of the National Secretariat. I want to thank all of you for the powerful messages you have delivered here today. We have come here today to directly speak to President Boyka. President Boyka, you addressed the nation last evening.
We want to say a pleasant good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you again. Thanks for joining us on this wonderful day. Happens to be the 6th day in the month of May. As a matter of fact, the year stands at 2025, and we're certainly here again on this wonderful Tuesday morning for the city of Painesville, Monserrato, Liberia. We say welcome to all of you joining us, watching us on our online page, our YouTube channel, as well as Kool 91.9, Kool Radio Online. All of these outlets bringing you all of what will be discussed on this platform this morning. And the promises to be great as usual, where we are here this morning to walk the walk and talk the talk. And as usual, have to shift the paradigm of the markers. The word failure, we usually speak the very hard truth to this platform. The very hard truth undiluted, I say, on this program. But this is the breakfast info coming program that brings you all of the information, training issues at your doorsteps, in the offices, your business center, wherever you might be, whether you in a commercial vehicles, you know, sitting on a motorbike in Keke, wherever. We'd like to say to all of you Liberians, welcome to this edition of the Border Ride. We'll take a break, we'll be right back this morning.
In which you unequivocally rejected the ruling of the Supreme Court. You indicated that you continue to work with the quorum of Rachel Kool, an unconstitutional quorum. We have come to tell you today that you still have the opportunity to go back to address the nation again, to wholeheartedly accept the ruling.
Designated a billion to go and serve the greater summer. They came to the point of even attacking her, insulted her and said that the court will honor their feet. So what we did was we simply followed the case, we followed the procedure. Well, the judge said that we did not prove.
Right, we are here again this morning. I'm Wiki Brooks,
and Ambassador Vi alongside. And the man behind the camera is Sakano, who producing all the videos and sound this morning wherever you are. You know, Liberians, as usual, we always like to say, remain peaceful, remain law abiding, and we all can now look at some of these things that need to be talked about on a very serious note in Liberia. You know, until we are peaceful, and we'll continue to preach such a message every day. In order to get us where we want to go, we must maintain the peace that we all enjoy. It is your right to express your opinion, your views. And you must do it in the confines of the Lord, and you must do it respecting the next person's rights. And you should do it where we do not disturb the next people moving, you know, in their private businesses and disrupting the free movement. So let us maintain the peace. We have done this. Politics will always play, but Liberia remains the bigger picture. And we need to know that Liberia is, you know, so we say this, so all of you remain politically tolerant, religiously tolerant, and we can move Liberia to the next level. But now, you know, we have had this problem in Liberia for a long period of time, and at times they affect the citizenry, where contracts are awarded to people behind the back door without going through the due process, without following some of the procedures, or going through the new PPCC Act, where you put up a bidding and get to know who all fronted for the contract, who won it, their capacity, you know, knowing the history of the kind of work we do. But at times, you see our folks who sit in authority will make decisions at times without the knowledge of the entire country. They do it at times for their own interest. They do it at times for their own interest, and sometimes some of them, they are dragged into it because of personal gain, or even sometimes consulting the legislative branch of government, because sometimes some of the lawmakers are involved into some of these things because they sit on some of the committees. So even if some of the contracts expire, they go there and extend these things without going through the legal process. And they do it because they will get kickback in the process. And if you may be aware, or recent, one of the main cases there, if you remember, President Buakai ordered the reversal of unauthorized rail operational, you know, operational ship decision quite recently. And it became a major controversy that has erupted for Liberia National Investment Commission, with the investigation done after the chairman, Jeff Blimpo, according to information, he reportedly acted outside of his authority in a decision that appeared to contravene President Joseph Iman Boakar's executive directive on the future management of Liberia critical railroad infrastructure. You know, the railroad is being a major issue. There are other folks who want to have access. And folks. And so when this matter reached to the president without the full knowledge or consent of key cabinet ministers, and these have stricter corrective measures from the executive mansion. And you know, we need to look at these things, and it's not just the only thing. One person cannot sit somewhere because you chair one commission or head one entity and make a decision. We know you people have been making some case for Liberia. They're doing so well, getting to other places, and trying to sell Liberia case is going to be good, which we can move. Let me take this very quickly this morning.
The damages, even though he lost series of contracts, but they awarded 1.5 million United States dollars plus 100,000. That is sufficient.
And I did hear the judge talk about that amount serving as a deterrent.
Yeah, that 100,000, he called it the exemplary damages. He said it will serve as a deterrent. That people go on the radio, it just ravish, malign people, character, you know, vilify them in so many ways. But the 1.5 million is general damages. It's okay for the psychological injury that he has suffered, the trauma, harassment, humiliation, public jeering. You know, people looking at him and say, oh, there's a man here. That is great. So we send out a strong message. This man is a very good man. He's a friend for 44 years. Classmate, many years ago. So we have to always defend them.
You know, well, welcome to this edition of the Morning Rise. So, as you may be aware, so these are some of the issues where we are carrying on further investigation onto this matter. So we are carrying on investigation onto this matter, but these are some of the things that, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. These are some of the things that have been taking place around, and until we can have some of these matters settled, we can have some of these things laid to rest. Our officials who are in position, while it is true we are striving, we urge that you do the needful and the just thing. Because sometimes some of the good things that you have done, when you are not careful, people might just get you into something that could damage all of your legacy that you try to build over a period of time. So all of our officials serve and serve well. That we usually tell people, when you are in the position, people watching, people remember you for all of the good things and all of the bad things. Just a hint to all of our officials who are serving in various position. Now, what do you notice of recent when it comes to this issue of electricity? Liberians, we have asked for the period of time. Couple of years, there was this complaint that folks that paid for meters and could not get the meter over a period of time, they struggled to receive electricity, and some communities were in darkness for months, some for years, and even some of the places yet, but Liberians are also talking about the issue of we are gradually getting to having a stable current. I followed the managing director, the IT managing director of the Liberia Legislative Corporation yesterday on one of our local stations. There are things he said he outlined, you know, because you see, stable energy brings in huge return to the national envelope. Because all of these industries, the stores, the shops, homes, we always want to recharge the meter. And at the end of the day, we start to make government earn more money. And we've tried to supply energy across the country. There are places we yet to reach, but people want to have it. And if you look, it is not yet completely over, but the issue of power theft has reduced to some level. You see shops, you see homes, you see the meters, they are there. Though there are some problems yet, but these people will not just illegally connect themselves. These things are done by people within. And you see sometimes the power theft thing will go to, disgrace people. We have to understand that people with electrical appliances don't need to have current. Take for instance, we run this institution. Besides having generator and oil power supply, we also have LC in our homes. So, Mohammed M. Sherry, the IT Managing Director of the Liberia Legislative Corporation, and according to him, they have had 5 years, they have outlined a 5-year vision for sustainable electricity supply. He said, in line with President Joseph Human Parker's developmental agenda, to get a rest agenda, all of these things are there. So, what he said yesterday, he said, I can tell you, NEC is now on a new path. We are realigned with the national arrest agenda. President Parker entrusted me with this responsibility, and I'm here to deliver results. I want to thank him. And the minister who is on the board of directors, the Minister of Mines and Energy, Wilmot Pay, all of these people are not. Is this something that we will just start again, and at the end of the day, we try to experience what we experienced in the past, or is it that he has gotten the position and wants to make sure that President Parker sees that he's prepared, he's ready to deliver on the trust given to him to currently serve as the IT Managing Director of the Liberia Legislative Corporation? Because we have seen some of the time, we see some of our folks, and where excuses are made. So some of the good things are there, but there are a lot of other things that we need to understand. According to him, he praised the hard working team at LEC, and he called them the cream de la cream. He said about 95 to 96% of our workforce are Liberians, and they are committed and ready to work. 95 to 96% of the workforce at LEC, according to the IT Managing Director, are Liberians. If so, that is so welcoming. The Liberians are given jobs. So we talk about no jobs in the country, but we are now hearing that 96%, not the 5 to 96% of those employed at LEC are Liberians. That's welcoming. And according to him, he following nearly 12 years stint as the founding general manager of Transco, the CLG, the Cote d'Ivoire, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea. In that role, he oversaw 550 million energy infrastructure project. He installed a 1.3.03 kilometer electricity transmission backbone spanning the 4 member states of the Mali. So he comes with a wealth of experience. That's one aspect of it. That's one aspect of it. And you listen to people of reason, you hear them talk that when NEC goes, don't take too long, NEC comes back. We're about to enter the rainy season. We're there, but we're just watching to see. But there are folks who are still complaining. It's not 100% perfect, and it's not going to be 100% perfect. But energy all around the world is a major component in generating revenue for any country. Because when you look at entity and you do the calculation of how much money spent on fuel or gas, then what you spend on electricity from the Liberia Electricity Corporation, especially back home in Liberia, the government generates more money. So if those entities are using their own generator without having a stable electricity, the customers are the ones who will feel the pinch. The customers are the ones who will feel. And Liberians are also urging the IT managing director of LEC, why it is true you have given an hotline plan that we will have probably a stable current and want to reach out across the country like before the war in Liberia, where everybody can have access. Ministry and agency, government entities, officials of government, while you are cracking down on power theft, must not be off the hook. We have seen these things for a long period of time. Some government entities don't even have meters. But we are chasing those people who are on that right. Those people, the common people, but you will not want to go to the lawmaker house to make sure that you check. Now, all of the lawmakers, some people respect themselves, some people know they serve in position, they are well paid, and they must be able to pay the taxes in that directly or indirectly. Because we can have, because you minister, you should just be connected. Because you're director, you should just be connected. Because you minister of this, they should connect you, and you cannot pay. You cannot recharge. And you got generator, you cannot use it. And this are becoming a problem and paralyze government on a daily basis. We hope that authority are taking all these things. There are some military agencies in this country. As soon as agency goes by 12 or 2 o'clock, all of the work there come to an end. We don't get anything from there again. What happens to all of the generators? They will not go to put it on. They wait for LEC and they don't want to pay bills. They don't want to buy fuel to put it into the generator. So sometimes things that should have been done for that working day are not done. People pack and they leave. At 2 o'clock when you visit some of the ministry agency, no lights. Electricity off. Minister will get in his car, deputy minister, assistant minister, director, they gone. They cannot even print document. So there's a need that government plays and the new management team at LEC place a strong emphasis. We've been hearing this for a long period of time, but we have seen these things still continue. And this is something serious. Our officials in this country, a lot of them want to lay so free to the extent that how can a man be earning 5,000, 10,000, and you still want to have free current? You want to have free water supply. But the man who earns $150, you go there, you want to enter into his room looking for his meter, you want to know where his meter is, and you will pass by one ministry. You say, oh yeah, the power tech people coming. They select places to go. Sometimes some of the people, their fences are closed. They will not even knock on it. They go to the other places. And the very same people, I hope you will also take into consideration some of the folks who are within are the ones who go to do the connection. And look at the cost of fuel and gas. People got home generators. Some people buy 1 gallon, 2 gallon. Yeah, how much will they continue? So you buy your $5 coins, your $10 coin, your $15, $20 coin. It takes you a long time. You relax. You're leaving for work. You cut up all of those electrical appliances, and you go. As soon as you come back, you put up your breaker, and you get your supply. You sleep with your fan on or air conditioning. You watch television. All of these things. That's why the energy sector around the world, people don't joke with it. As the population expands, that's how we expand with electricity. There are folks who stay one kind. But they find that these things should not be something hard to get. You saw in the short time when the special presidential tax rule on power theft was established by the former president, President George Weah, of which my brother is still with that tax rules. You saw how Liberians chipped away at the Jupiter Raspberry fee, sitting in numbers to buy the meters, to recharge, because people were being disgraced. Liberians are not people who love to see themselves in such a situation. People were being coughed and all sort of things because that was the delay. And we hope the new management team will take into consideration some of these things, some of the challenges. You've been around, you understand the electricity. But these are some of the problems. The next door neighbor has current, and the man don't have current. But he has all of the electrical appliances. Probably he has put in for his meter, have not been able to receive the meter, have not been able to receive connection. So at the end of the day, he asks his neighbor, they will have to pass wire somewhere, connect him, so he too can have supply until he can be directly and legally connected. Because sometimes these entities are at times responsible for the way the people conduct themselves. And you know, we have overlooked too many things in this country. Since the commencement of that tax rule, their work, and over the period of time, Liberians are yet to get a comprehensive report on how much money, because people were being fined. This is what we call transparency and accountability. People were being fined. Those who were caught in line or in violation of the energy law, that you are breaching it and stealing current, people were taken to police station, people were jailed, people were taken in a house zone. Looking at the time that you are served for, people paid, and you were told to recharge. How much money did we generate? Meters. We break down these things. In this fiscal year, with a major press conference, the tax force. Bro, yeah, this is why we generated. This is why we contributed to national government. But this is why in the usher account. But we don't see that. We don't hear that. When you go to ask somebody saying the other person, no, go to the other person, until their names are dragged into some level of allegation of corruption, that they try to make clarity. How can we be working and we cannot report to the public? We cannot tell them exactly what's going on. And this is not just limited to the Liberia Legislative Corporation. And this is something that people should not be asking for. People should give the periodic report. Whether yearly, or twice a year, or class. These are things, and publish as a matter of fact. Because these things boost confidence in those entities and allow people to say, yes, we're generating money. So if you say, since 2020 or 2021, this is what we have generated for power theft, for the sales of meter, for the recharge token. You will call back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Energy is life. We got major GSM companies here. Why they shoot the guy their own generator, but they also have the electricity connected. We got other industries too. Folks are doing a lot of things. So we can generate huge sum of money if we decide to do it and do it earnestly. And according to him, just last February, a power shortage crisis that saw Liberia retain just 15% of its power inputs from Cote d'Ivoire. We all know what we went through, where we had to ration current. LEC gave an update for this time to this time, GS0. From this time to this time, you see Stevie Trouble, Bandonsville, Gardnersville. These things were all being rationed. We don't want to go back. We're hoping that they will do the needful, that we don't have to shift blame and say this thing was caused by the past regime. You have taken over, you IT, let's make sure all of those things are damaged. You form the executive, you form the president, exactly what is needed. Whether we can get to our international partners to help us, who've been helping us for a period of time. Whether you can sit with the committee on energy, on mines and energy at the level of the lower house and the upper house, and sit with the Ministry of Finance where we can get money from to make sure that power is accessible and affordable across the country. People want it. We are not just the only people because we sit in Montserrat or in Maghidi or in Rembas or other places that deserve to have current. Those in Lofa. We have to have all of the substations. There are plans, we understand, to be new 10. Yes. We know because of the outage of power, we have had a whole lot of crisis at the Rabat International Airport that still need to be critically looked at. And that we settle that matter. And maintenance aspect is another thing. We must be able to maintain what we have now, that is gradually turning to be a stable current. Gradually turning to be a very stable current around Liberia. There are folks who will lead this country to tell you they have not experienced, even for a second, that current will go so easily. Folks who go on holiday in Sierra Leone, in Guinea and articles, they come back to tell us. They explain these things. That the current probably is just second or a minute when current goes. So LEC should see the need that people do not spend too much on energy buying fuel or gas for the generator. Once we have a stable current, our economy will boom. Businesses will improve. These are how all countries people are generating money. Because if you went to a restaurant and the electricity is not there, or the electricity is gone, the place is hot, you send for a bottle of drink, or you want to have a very cool bottle of water, but the water is not cool. It cannot quench your thirst because the water gets flat. It got freezing, defreeze. It got freezing, defreeze. It starts to lose taste. That's why you see sometimes when you buy some of the water or something, it has some different taste. And so many people cannot afford to keep the generator on. Think about the cold storage. You must have stable current for these things. So when these things are stable, we will be able to generate huge sum of money. Because electricity or energy, that's life. people, hospitals. You know, we are conducting other things. Minor surgery, major surgery. People giving birth. There are other things that are taking place at the hospital, but it cannot be done in the absence of energy or electricity. You can't do it in the darkness. You must do it. So ministry and agencies should not be exempted. We should not just go after the poor man. Now let John you should go after. It should be cut across. Even some of the folks who are working with the library, legislative corporation, thing is their right to have free current too. But you get paid. Because if we say in the next 5 years, we're talking about billions of dollars for the developmental agenda for Liberia, then we are joking. We must be able to handle this matter and handle this matter good. But you know, we have to put Liberia first. I'll take this break. I'll be right back this week.
Now you being the lawyer, we listen to you. Can we hear from your client?
I hear from my client. I'm a lawyer.
Mr. Kool, welcome to Spoon TV and Ellen TV.
So tell us, how do you feel about today's ruling?
Well, I'm also I'm again elated, happy. I'm a person of law. I've always opted for the rule of law, and for people that go to Milan, people go with impunity, even wanted to attack a court officer. I thought it has no place in our jurisprudence. I thought this case would serve as a precedent to so many other folks that are out there just going about saying things about people that they cannot prove.
Now that you have tested the law and you won the case today, whether you have worked with them before, so after this case, do you think you should extend olive branch to them? That's by the ruling?
I don't know about olive branch, but you guys are now being charged and found being a judge for actually this. I don't think I can actually vouch for them in any way to perform.
Yeah, Mr. Kool, welcome to Spoon TV. So the federals, the public will say probably because they were both working at the same entity and got dismissed, and at the same suspended and dismissed at the same time. This is the reason for which he pursued this lawsuit against them. How can we reconcile this entire process that you went through?
To be honest with you, the LDA had not much to do with this process. What we went through here, most of these situations, most of the maligning and rebellions and slanders comments were made when I was no longer director of police. Director of the DA. They used my public figure and persona as the backdrop, which the judge has the right to do. But I basically, what about dismissal, what about reprimand we got from His Excellency has nothing to do with it, because I've always subjected myself to the whims and caprices of the power that be. So we will hold no grudge for what transpired, but the state doesn't give anybody the right to malign my character. I work hard for it, man. I've spent almost 35 years of my life in public life. Served as a police officer, not just a detective, field agent, went to as far as Deputy Director of Police for Operation and Deputy Inspector General of Police. And so public life has been where I found myself. Served as Deputy Commissioner of Maritime as well.
You know, so we are getting there. Gradually, we are getting there. You know, energy is like, maybe somebody you laugh. Sometimes in the morning, you see some responsible people go to where their clothes rump up. That's because of the lack of electricity. No, well, I'm not talking about it. No, I'm talking to you. Okay. If it's target free, you can wait. You know. But we want to say have something. But But this should be sustained. All of the problems, please identify the problem, then fix it. That the more when we start to experience what we experienced the last time around, where you don't have the shape big, because you took your position early April, been working hard with your team, according to you, that is very hard working. You said 90 to 96% of those workforce at LEC are Liberian. That is welcoming. You will say try to verify, but we think that little more need to be done. You know, because this helps us to expand government envelope and will do us a whole lot where people homes and just get to the ministry and agency who just want to be, because it also affecting productivity, it also affecting the workings of government. You go to one ministry, the place dark, everybody also says, oh, no carrying a bin. The document is supposed to print, they can't print it. Because nobody wants to put the fuel in the machine, but you got it in your budget that was allotted to you. So where is it there for? Some of the ministry agencies must be fined. Anything you go there, don't be afraid that the minister they will stop you. The team, power theft, not just for the common people, not just for the ordinary people. Stealing and stealing. Or because you're minister, so your house should just be on that right. You can recharge your meter. But in that, because the VAR will be worrying why he meter not recharge. You see? We got to understand these things. When we do not recharge, we sleep in darkness. The same should be applied across. We set a system like the DSTV. You know, by the DSTV Aspire? Aspire. When you finish recharging and the month comes to an end, if you want to watch anything you don't want next to do, you will have to go and recharge. It's the same with the token. When you buy a $5, $10, $15, card, it takes burden away from you. At first, Liberian thought that this thing was so burdensome, and it takes embarrassment from you. Even when you put the power there around the era, you are not even worried. And besides, who can do the direct? The very same people within the cycle. Ambassador, good morning.
Good morning, Ambassador, and good morning to the rest of Liberia this morning. It's a pleasant welcome. Thanks to all of you joining us on today. It's important, Ambassador, as much as the fact that we are having current now, or at some level now, a sustained current. To be frank with you. And some Liberians, some Lucan Kearns, most of Liberians who are connected on the grid are enjoying this current thing. But like we are having this conversation, one of the things that deprive us of this current thing are those that hang illegally on the lines. You knew what you're aware were on this CLSG process before, and Liberia were enjoying current. But at some point in time, because we forfeited the agreement, our side of the bargaining led us to some extent being cut off. But now we are hearing now the acting MD is informing Liberia that there are prospects on the way. And some of the things he is explaining, imagine we're having some generator somewhere that will cost a lot of money for fuel and things like that. So when we are connected to the Guinea grill, the Guinea line will be all right to serve some part of Liberia.
Then Liberia, Guinea, Ivory Coast.
He talk about we're getting, we'll be getting almost 35, and what's coming from the CLG, we'll be getting about, he says fluctuate at most, let's say 45, so now 40, 45, 50, so we're around 80 at most. It's good. And with our own power source that will be on, sustained, he said the hydro there will have to cut it down during some period. Then afterward, when the water rises, then they come on there, they give power. Those are all good things. But, we are losing millions of dollars to those who are on power theft. Imagine you mentioned something. Those people who claim or profess to be the big shots, they are the ones hurting this country. You and I, we are all in hurry to put our $5, our $10, our $50 to get current houses. But the big people, they still go on fly rate. They just use the current, and they have the big machines.
You earn, and you know, when the people get to this position as minister, director, the entities will even buy machine for them. You see some of the things that are about to take for them, and they are supplied with fuel, all these things. But yet, they still want to live free and absolutely free. You earn 5,000, 6,000. You earn 3,000, 2,000 for Liberia. That's a lot of money. And you don't want to reach out. Somebody who makes $100, $150, $200, that poor man or that poor woman will always manage to reach out, get on a meter to avoid embarrassment. But because you know the position you sit in, you abuse power in the process. Some of the people will be disgraced. Sure. That would have going after you. Because when it comes to paying taxes, there should be no exemption on people. No. We can be selective. We can pick and choose. Oh, no. We should not. And this has hurt Liberia. It has hurt Liberia a lot. Just imagine during the days of the past regime when Madam Mary brought on the special tax force where in Tuporo area. Imagine, okay, people go stay online and they tell you, say, you must agree that you're stealing current first, then you pay the $50 for the meter. If you say you're not stealing current, then go water side. When I on the line, the guy look at me for a long. You know, I want a name when somewhere. The guy come and say, that man from Kool FM here. I see a colleague. Then he said, man, you stealing current. I said, no, why stealing current? He said, man, when you're not stealing current, will you not get me there? I said, is this the process? You want you to lie? He said, man, he said that the process here. The man said, man, don't make a lie before you carry our needs. I said, no, but is that how everybody, they treat everybody here? I said, yeah, they put to say, yeah. I said, what? Imagine, and you mentioned something to me earlier on, we don't have accountability. How much did the tax force generate at that time? Imagine we give people who are online waiting for meters. In Liberia, want the current. Liberians are prepared. Well, take for instance now, you walk around. We are not saying that people stay not involved into power theft, but they have been minimized to some extent. Sure. You walk around, you see somebody with just a little booth. You see meter hanging on it. You see one lace shop. Some of the tea shops, hey, imagine. Yeah. The tea shops, all around you go there, you see the meter. They are recharging. Liberians are not people that love embarrassment in such form and manner. So that's why when it started, what told you the people never wanted current? The people flocked to that place. But we went there, we saw people. You go there in the morning, you leave there till 10, 11 o'clock. And one of the reasons that also led to the huge issue of power theft, but the delay in distributing meter. People pay for the meter for a long period of time. Yeah. They get one pink sheet, they had it with them, yeah. And they say, oh, you're waiting for meter. Then, when you go after paying for your meter, to come and install the meter, while everything in it, the very same people who will come, you must pay them again to continue. You know, I must say this, when she was paying hard, without fear or favor, that process has some serious discrepancy. They will have a meter at the battlefield tomorrow, yeah. But you go, what else? Or you should get it free and you pay the first time recharge, they come install it, you won't get it there. But they prefer to get it here when you pay $50. Then your first time recharge on it. They are on time in, they are in time in, come to install the meters. What I'm trying to say, let us be sincere to the Liberian people. Let us be sincere when there are issues to be provided for them through these services. Let us do it with sincerity. The Liberian people deserve better. On a serious note, and there were businesses, so people are paying 2 phases meter, 3 phases meter on. They want the current. They're doing that business. They got frozen food. We go look. Current now available for almost 8 hours or 12 hours. They put in losses. Businesses who are doing these beverages, they may leave. You want to go sit down and say you want a very cold beer, a cold stout, or energy drink, something cold for him to drink. But then the business people telling you say it's not cool. All the things break down customership. They bring up losses in the business. But if we are consistent, and this is one thing we're saying to the MD, let me say bravo to you. Your first start, we ain't arguing that Congress want to give you certificate. We give you a certificate. We're not giving that, but we are saying to you,
you are starting on a good footing. We hope that you maintain this process, because when the head of LEC, the money capture at the time, said placed us so many recommendations to Liberia.
Yes.
But we failed to follow some of them. That one led us to a serious power outage in this country.
And you know, even up to this time, one thing that we need to look at, I hope the technical people, we still heavily depend on the CLSG from Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
You know, we need to look at that, because we are receiving 45 to 50 megawatts from Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
It costs intensive as well.
Yeah, sure.
So how do we address this matter too? We need to call it down.
Sure.
We need to also some of our energy as well.
Yeah.
We need to also our all station, the infrastructure that been dormant for years, but you know, I mean, repair some of the machine, all the technical losses and all the technical problems. See how best we can address. That we can even also to some of the energy company in Liberia that they can do the supply and pay what to supposed to pay in government revenue and people pay to them.
Sure, it's important, Ambassador, because we can't just provide electricity just for part of Monserrato. We say it's okay.
Yeah, and it risky that we will heavily depend on other countries to supply us.
They did it short.
Or we saw what happened when we were heavily indebted to them.
Mm-hmm.
It affected us.
See?
Because they themselves, they need money.
Yeah.
For the growth and development of the country. That's why, because they know they have more and they have the capacity,
yeah.
So they are able to reach out to neighboring countries to sell. So if we can be taking more, it's almost like the rice business with our Liberia stable food, but we are heavily dependent on importation.
Yeah.
Other than growing what we eat, it's always a problem, because when there's a shortage,
yeah.
Those who are importing make their own demand. They tell you what you have to put on the table or how they will sell, and you can't do anything about it. You
we are looking at the free port of Monrovia for rice.
Yeah.
We are looking in the bush on the farm. We're asking, we should be looking on the farm.
We look at how many tons of rice coming.
Yeah.
We are not saying how many tons being harvested this season.
No.
Locally, that's on the market that's been sold. So we have to look at this, so we do not find ourselves like the rice issue that we still being faced with today. Because to see us on a daily basis to get 45 to 50 megawatts from Ivory Coast daily, it's also worrisome. It's also worrisome because we got history of not good in paying debt.
Okay, this anti-MG saw
he made around
550 billion energy infrastructure project.
Transport.
Yes. So, and this is a transmission backbone coming through the 4 member state. But you see, we suffer because whenever we forfeit on our side of the bargaining, they put that in business too. We shouldn't just rely on it and say, we how you got it? Like be on credit, that credit pay like bureau.
Okay,
this is just credit, no way.
And what he said yesterday, he said they have already received the power purchase agreement from Guinea yesterday. He said once we sign it, hopefully this week, Guinea will begin supplying 13 megawatts. So, but it's good. But let's be mindful that how we taking current from the people, and at the end of the day, it become a problem because we have to pay. And that's why we're saying, in order for us to continue to have that supply, once the hospitals are connected, ministerial agents are connected, officials of government homes are connected, the businesses are connected, all the major industries are connected. When they are recharging, it will be much easier for us to pay our bills.
Certainly.
It would be much easier for us to take such a load off our shoulder to pay.
Yeah.
Our
and Ambassador, we lot of Liberians have appliances they can use. You know, in Bon County, the reduction process of the tariff there, the tariff came down. Liberian too want this to go down. Last year, early part of this year, the LERC made a decision with a careful technical analysis to have the reduction into the tariff, and it took effect, and it will go on until 2030. So you see, 2028 rather, on January 30, 2028, Jumbo Energy Power having a serious operation and distribution grid there.
And this is what he said. According to him, he said with Guinea supply added to the current, Liberia will have access to approximately 130 megawatts of electricity. Enough to temporarily shut down the bourgeois, terminal units and save fuel costs. You see, it will save us. Because it's costly when you're using generators.
Yeah.
It's costly because you have to buy fuel. And those machines are not small machines. They kind of a gallon of fuel, they consume an hour.
And money can come to us.
Yeah.
Now because the people, when they saw, they said he has a storage of a huge quantity of fuel there, so that they might have use it, steady, thinking that we're not finished. Now you see where we are today. But it's cost intensive on that aspect. I want to say good morning to you. Thanks for joining us on this platform here. But we are proudly sponsored by Marie Mangai. About 8 o'clock now, we go for our Marie Mangai hour. Today, health is wealth. And we hope that you can take it very importantly and seriously for you to get your supplement there. But let's take this break. Listen to this. Marie Mangai.
Also, at one point in time, during the interim period, I served as chief of staff of the AFL. I represented the ravished, malign, vilified the good character of my client. He came to me, and we filed a complaint with the court. The court sent out a writ of summons and designated a bailiff to go and serve the writ of summons. They came to the point of even attacking her, insulted her and said that the court will honor their feet. So what we did was we simply followed the case, we followed the procedure. Well, the judge said that we did not prove special damages even though he lost a series of contracts, but they awarded her 1.5 million United States dollars plus 100,000. That is sufficient.
And I did hear the judge talk about that amount serving as a deterrent.
Yeah, that 100,000, he called it the exemplary damages. He said it will serve as a deterrent. That people go on the radio, it just ravish, malign people, character, vilify them in so many ways. But the 1.5 million is general damages. It's okay for the psychological injury that he has suffered, the trauma, harassment, humiliation, public jeering. People looking at him and say, oh, there's a man here. That is great. So we send out a strong message. This man is a very good man. He's a friend for 44 years. Classmate, many years ago. So we have to always defend them.
Now you being the lawyer, we listen to you. Can we hear from your client?
Don't hear from my client. I'm going to show you.
Mr. Kool, welcome to Spoon TV and LMTV.
So tell us, how do you feel about today's ruling?
Well, I am also, again, elated, happy. I'm a person of law. I've always opted for the rule of law. And for people that go and malign people, go with impunity, to even wanted to attack a court officer, I thought he has no place in our jurisprudence. I thought this case will serve as a precedent to so many other folks that are out there just going about saying things about people that they cannot prove.
Now that you have tested the law and you won the case today, and you have worked with them before you. So after this case, do you think you should extend olive branch to them despite the ruling?
I don't know about olive branch, but you guys are now being charged and found being a judge for acting this. I don't think I can actually vouch for them in any way to perform.
Yeah, Mr. Kool, welcome to Spoon TV. So the federals, they probably would say probably because they were both working at the same entity and got dismissed, and at the same suspended and dismissed at the same time. This is the reason for which he pursued this lawsuit against them. How can we reconcile this entire process that you went through?
To be honest with you, the LDA had nothing much to do with this process. What we went through here, most of these situations, most of the maligning and rebellions and slanders comments were made when I was no longer director of police, director of the DU.
They use my public figure, persona, as the backdrop, which the judge has the right to do. But I basically, what about dismissal, what about reprimand we got from His Excellency has nothing to do with it, because I've always subjected myself to the whims and caprices of the power that be. So we will hold no grudge for what transpired, but the state doesn't give anybody the right to malign my character. I work hard for it, man. I've spent almost 35 years of my life in public life. Served as a police officer, not just a detective, field agent, went to as far as Deputy Director of Police for Operation and Deputy Inspector General of Police. And so public life has been where I found myself. Served as Deputy Commissioner of Maritime as well. And also, at one point in time, during the interim period, I served as Chief of Staff of the AFL. I represented this country at all levels. To come here to be maligned by a group of two guys who basically have no appreciation of what we did in public life, without looking at willfully, conscientiously, went ahead and then carry on these kind of liability. I thought it was something that needed this kind of reprimand. And I'm happy, even though I needed additional money for damages we incurred.
This was a whole long trial, Mr. Kumant. What were the justifications for all the libels and slander that were carried on?
What was exemplified out there was that the guys basically created their own set of rules. Like they will say, let me say my truth. To say a truth about somebody's reputation is something that we shouldn't be taking in this country. If you want to say a truth that will be factual, that will be acceptable in law, in the presence of the law. But you can't say a truth to malign and defend somebody's character. I thought it was
the defense lawyers took an exception to the judge's ruling, meaning whatever that was said today has been approved. And so, what message do we have for others out there?
Well, I think it says they should have the option to file. The guy was just a proxy. So you should have the option to do it. It would depend on Mr. Fadiga's representation to actually file the case. They think they're above the law. So we'll use this particular situation to follow up on it, on the merit, until we are told that there's an appeal filed by it. But this is just putting the judge under the merit that they want to have the option to do it. You got an option. That's by law. You have the right to file appeal when you have a judgment of this kind.
So what message are you saying to people?
Well, I want this to go as a caveat, as something for our people that do not go about. When people work hard for that repetition, it's something that you work for. You sacrifice yourself. You don't want to be.
For the 1 week dose, is a supplement. Mary Maga this morning want to say thank you. And those of you who are going to Mary Maga already, want to say we are getting reports that testimonies.
Yeah, there are a lot of testimonies
from Maserado County. Yeah. And you did well for yourself, and we are encouraging you to go there. You get to suffer from typhoid, also rheumatism, asthma. You got eye problem, you got suffer from stroke, from growth. Some women, it takes them a very long time. The medical people know the terminology for that.
Rheumatism.
Yeah, they can the period, they can see that period. Also, go there. Also, all that.
Typhoid.
It will
strokes,
help you.
as a matter of fact.
Yeah. You get low blood pressure.
Diseases. Low blood pressure. It can also help you. You get there, the numbers, you will read all the numbers, you get there, you make the call, and they will explain to you. You just need to tell them exactly what's happening to you, what's happening to your relatives, your friends, your loved one. And they will be, it's not somewhere where people carry sick people that withholding in there, they don't bring the person, and they don't go there to cut sin. They're not juju play well. That your auntie did this thing to you, or that your friend did it to you. You go there, knowing fully well that you have gone to in place. You do a lab. They say, oh yeah, you got taco, but the taco every time you still see that you take the money for after a period of time, it resurface. After a period of time, you resurface the pressure. You take the pressure tablet. So when you get there, you start to take the supplement. It's to hurt.
Yeah, clean the body.
Red in Liberia is not something that they brought from X where they say, oh yeah, they brought it. This is it's Liberia owned. They currently in 4 counties. They are there in Lufa, they're in Zozo and Bonjama. You get there, they got a place there, you can go back there. You go to Banga, Bon County, they're there. You go to Ganta, Nimba, they're there. When you come to Mosurado, in Pinsville, and Bonasfan, they are also there. Also the tissue factory in the Bonasfan community there.
Yeah.
They are very hospitable, they welcome you, and this is not just one of the kind of the surprising thing about it. This is not one of the kind that you get ticket, you get buy it, it has to do with measurement.
Yeah.
When you buy it, they will give you the measurement cup. You must not just hot water, but boiled water. The water should boil.
Sure.
It will show you the measurement, and it's very easy to drink. It's not something that when you're drinking it, you gotta tie your feet or hold your nose. and yeah, you know, you won't inhale it.
Yeah.
Because the first time when we when my Kool out the hospital, we were taking our doses. The girls who put in the mug for us, the give it up. So I hold it, I tell them my man to see whether they drink it or going to fall out. So I can be able to report the new guy from that. I said, so I can drink it. So I tell me the man found it. And put somebody no drink it. But I want to drink it, man, put a call. I said, no, now I can drink it. You got to take the sip. Yeah.
Let it enter the body.
Yeah.
Warm
That's how it starts to work. And some of the folks who already bought it, some of the folks that already started calling me and say, oh man, I'm feeling some impact.
Yeah.
You know.
Imagine there were folks who they were holding their hands to carry them at the Barrett Maga office, but the second week they said walk to go there.
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, we just bought our 7 doses, right?
Yeah.
So without just saying we ourselves taking it.
Yeah. we're not talking about something where when are you taking it? We ourselves taking it too.
So that
yeah. And our people trust us that
actually
we will not put our...
we will not jeopardize but it's good, you know. We have suffered for so long, but to see how this thing the process in Liberia, the guys are doing well.
Yeah, and to be frank, it's good to clean your system. It's a supplement.
Yes.
And it's for natural.
And some of the problems, let me tell to you, some of the problems that I see at times when we're taking medicine, when we're on medication, all of what we are told from the hospital or the clinics, we come home, we don't live up to it. So when these things don't work, we try to shift blame. So if you get there, they will tell you when you are taking this supplement, they marry about hot tea. There are things if you can do it, they will ask you not to do.
Yes.
So if you think you doing it and it don't work, don't blame the people. Follow the instruction and see if there's no way that then you can be able to, but don't go. They say when you're taking it, don't drink alcohol.
Yeah.
You finish taking it, you say, my man, I take it in 2 hours ago, man. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
There is people who take tablets, say, my man, I tablet anyway, you remind me.
You don't normally do they say.
Those are you who can take the slap, you who can take the snort.
Yeah, the morgan.
The morgan, you don't do it. You know.
If you just take that short time, avoid yourself and other things and take the supplement. You see what will not help you. You see.
Don't smoke.
Yeah, don't smoke, don't drink, don't take snort, don't eat cola, all your fun things that we're taking.
Yeah.
And it's good for you. Don't say, oh, people not see me drinking, people not see me smoking, but you know you take them lessons, start smoking.
Yeah, I only one brain.
Yeah, I just want them. When you work for you now, they say, hey, they put a lot on me. They put a lot. No, don't do that to yourself. It is an issue of health. Your health is your wealth. Take it seriously. And even if you can drink or you can smoke, like 1 week you take will not kill you. It will even strengthen you more. It will even help you maybe after the 1 week and you start slowing on the cigarette or you start slowing on the drinking liquor or your snore or the slotting or whatsoever thing is important for you. $350 for one 5,600 for the 1 week doses. Please. And those of you who have gone to the first week and you see some improvement, I want to encourage you to try the second week. So, you know, there's something that can clean your system, but there are some sicknesses or there are some problem. You don't know that in your body. Maybe you may feel it, but you don't really know because you're not going to hospital to say this is it. But it can also clear out. Imagine the bell talking about having a eye problem, but you're talking about typhoid. You see, you're talking about typhoid, but it will also help you for your eye problem. Then it also help you can play the defense and go second row, come back to La Yama and also play defensive role and things like that, school go and all. So it's important for you, Liberians. These are some of the numbers. We'll call the numbers. You already heard some of the numbers on the out there, but you can also call. Maybe you're having some difficulty getting the direction because it is not just right on the road. Most of the people go to the call us, Mr. Van, Wiki Bros, I go to the I can see the area, all the thing there. But it's at least 1 or 2 minute walk. But when you get opposite tissue factory, there's a car road, there's a road going inside. But as soon as you get off the road, you will see the fence with the banner on the fence. That's where you go there. So call Mr. Prince B. Great Senior. He's a marketing manager. 0776 369 805. 0776 369 805. And 0888 856 776. 0888 856 776. These are some of the numbers you can call when you are going there to get easy access. Liberians, it's good to try something, and it is their plan that this thing can be all over the country so that people coming from Grand Bassa, from Rosses, will not have to come all the way here for supply, but will have it right around them or right in their area so they can get access to this thing here. So Liberia, this is Marimaga, a proud sponsor to our show upon, and we are proud to be associated with Marimaga for this time here. And we're also encouraging you, come and do business with us. We can sell the goods on your shelves. We can promote your businesses. Come and do business with us. We are friendly. We are marketing friendly. Come sit with us in our cozy office and have some good conversations here. We can do good business with you. Liberia, try now or tomorrow may just be late for you. Say, if I know I should have got to marry my guy, then my problem would not have gone this year. I want to say thanks so much for always joining us. When you listen to the app, you also get other numbers on the app. Let's take this break. Good morning.
Everything we asked for, we didn't get. But it's better 1.5 million plus 100,000. I think is sufficient.
Now the public listening, we want to know the concept of this entire case.
They ravished my land, vilified the good character of my client. It came to me, and we filed a complaint with the court. The court sent out a writ of summons and designated a village to go and serve the writ of summons. They came to the point of even attacking her, insulted her and said that the court will honor their feet. So what we did was we simply followed the case, we followed the procedure. Well, the judge said that we did not prove special damages even though he lost a series of contracts, but they awarded 1.5 million United States dollars plus 100,000. That is sufficient.
And I did hear the judge talk about that amount serving as a deterrent.
Yeah, that 100,000, he called it the exemplary damages. He said it will serve as a deterrent. That people go on the radio, it just ravish Milan people, character, vilify them in so many ways. But the 1.5 million is general damages. It's okay for the psychological injury that he has suffered, the trauma, harassment, humiliation, public jeering. People looking at him and say, oh, there's a man here. That is great. So we send a strong message. This man is a very good man. He's a friend for 44 years. Classmate, many years ago. So we have to always defend them.
Now you being the lawyer, we listen to you. Can we hear from your client?
I hear from my client. I'm going to show you.
Mr. Kool, welcome to Spoon TV and LN TV.
So tell us, how do you feel about today's ruling?
Well, I am also, I'm again elated, happy. I'm a person of law. I've always opted for the rule of law. And for people that go to Milan, people go with impunity, to even wanted to attack a court officer, I thought it has no place in our jurisprudence. I thought this case would serve as a precedent to so many other folks that are out there just going about saying things about people that they cannot prove.
Now that you have tested the law and you won the case today, whether you have worked with them before you. So after this case, do you think you say extend olive branch to them despite the ruling?
I don't know about olive branch, but you guys are now being charged and found being a judge for actually this. I don't think I can actually vouch for them in a way to perform.
Yeah, Mr. Kool, welcome to Spoon TV. So the federals, they probably would say probably because they were both working at the same entity and got dismissed, and at the same suspended and dismissed at the same time. This is the reason for which he pursued this lawsuit against them. How can we reconcile this entire process that you went through?
To be honest with you, the LDA had not much to do with this process. When we went through here, most of these situations, most of the maligning and rebellious and slanders comments were made when I was no longer director of police, director of the DU. So they used my public figure, persona, as the backdrop, which the judge has the right to do. But I basically, what about dismissal, what about reprimand we got from His Excellency has nothing to do with it, because I've always subjected myself to the whims and caprices of the power that be. So we will hold no grudge for what transpired, but the state doesn't give anybody the right to malign my character. I work hard for it, man. I've spent almost 35 years of my life in public life. Served as a police officer, not just a detective, field agent, went to as far as Deputy Director of Police for Operation and Deputy Inspector General of Police. And so public life has been where I found myself. Served as Deputy Commissioner of Maritime as well. And also, at one point in time, during the interim period, I served as Chief of Staff of the AFL. I represented this country at all levels. To come here to be maligned by a group of two guys who basically have no appreciation of what we did in public life, without looking at willfully, conscientiously, went ahead and then carry on these kind of liability. I thought it was something that needed this kind of reprimand. And I'm happy, even though I needed additional money for damages we incurred. This
was a whole long trial, Mr. Command. What were the justifications for all the libels and slander that were carried on?
What was exemplified out there was that the guys basically created their own set of rules. Like they will say, let me say my truth. To say a truth about somebody's reputation is something that we shouldn't be taking in this country. If you want to say a truth that would be factual, that would be acceptable in law, in the presence of the law. But you can't say a truth to malign and defend somebody's character. I thought it was bad.
The defense lawyers took an exception to the judge's ruling, meaning whatever that was said today has been approved. And so, what message do we have for others out there?
Well, I think it says they should have the option to file. The guy was just a proxy. So you should have the option to do it. It would depend on Mr. Fadiga's representation to actually file the appeal. So they think they're above the law. So we'll use this particular situation, we'll follow up on it, on the merit, until we are told that there's an appeal filed by it. But this is just putting the judge under the merit that they want to have the option to do it. You get an option. That's by law. You have the right to file appeal when you have a judgment of this kind.
So what message are you sending to people?
Well, I want this to go
for the university students. Today was just a normal day. Today the university students were very peaceful until the government of Liberia invaded, violating the chapter that created this university. The chapter that created the university says no armed men should invade the University of Liberia. But today, we have over thousands of police officers with arms shooting tear gas and live bullets at students that led to 25 students being in critical condition as we speak. We are rallying all progressive forces. We are rallying all solidarity allies and institutions to remind the government of Joseph Boyka and the international community that the dark days is here, that democratic governance have been compromised, that the regime is so intimidated that its opinion for political consciousness is an intimidation to them. We want to inform Mr. Boyka that we will not remain silent. We want to inform the university administration that the Kool, who is the major instigator of violence on the university campus, will leave. SUP as an institution, whether you arrest the chairman of the Student Unification Party and take him to a new destination, whether you capture militants of the party, whether you brutalize us, we will not remain silent on Joseph Boyka. The constitutional ineptitude, the constitutional violation on Mr. Boyka's leadership will be put on a checkmark by the Vanguard Party. We are not.
Go for it, Trumao. We are lack of Adikas, yo. We are lack of him, yo. He needs to go, yo.
This place should be a peaceful environment where the government is providing the means for students to have access to quality education. This space under Joseph Boyka have become and is becoming chaotic on a daily basis. Every week, there will not be a day that police will not invade the university campus. The number of casualties, the numbers of police brutality, the number of gun violence against peaceful students and student leaders at the University of Liberia is increasing and alarming on a daily basis. The government is left tight. Civil society organizations and actors are quiet about the constitutional violations of people's right to free speech, freedom of assembly and gathering. We are urging Liberians today to rise up to the occasions. Yesterday, when we confronted the CDC in its gangster paradise, we were saying,
hey folks, you know, all that we need, Liberia first. Liberia first.
And light is life. So LEC, we want to say bravo. Yeah.
But it should not make sure that you get to the other folks.
And we're now giving you certificate that what they did Thomas Conga won. The people were saying that they should retrieve it, please. But where there is good, we recognize and say it's important. And we want to encourage you. Yeah, you are set on a good footing. We also want to encourage you and your court of officers should do more, because Liberians really need electricity. You actually saw the recent light they just put up, the traffic light and the street lights going to red light. You started looking amazing. So much amazing.
Yeah.
At night, because even light is a form of security in the communities. There are several dark corners. The major ones are open when you walk in there. Somebody can look distant and see whether somebody harming you and they can help you. But they play dark when yelling. Somebody come, whoa, go there, because why is the person running going there when not here too? You fall down. But when there's light, you can see. So it's a serious form of security and it's important. So we want to say this one, we want to give you a pat on the back and also encourage you to do more. It is very, very much important. Our people now, you know, the pastor can see on Facebook, suppose say 3 days now. Current stay in my community, straight current. 5 days now, 1 week now. You see, and those are all issues to celebrate about. So I want to say to the acting MD, I want to say to you, don't give up. It's important, and these are some of the issues that the ruling party keen on. The much of authority that was given to him by the people, that electricity should be given to the sustained electricity. I want to say thanks to you, Mr. Mohammed M. Sharif, as you are moving upon. He said that his vision is to see every household, every business in Liberia not just connected to electricity, but enjoying quality uninterrupted power supply within the 5 years period. And we want to say, because when the current is sustained, is uninterrupted, 5 years, after 5 years, who can spot it again? Then we'll get on you. Yeah, because this is, Liberia should not be crying for this kind of thing. Yeah, look at my man Sierra Leone said, I was wondering when current will go. Because the light lying back. He said, I still have my light in the room, I can't even call it off. Because I started to enjoy something strange. He said, hey, but after every moment my mind wrong on this thing, I think about Liberia. Yes, we can make it. We can make it. And we can make it to the stage where we will be power sufficient, where our people, where shops are on the road, they'll be having light, they'll be having current there. The days where you go to people's houses, you go visit somebody, they give you cool water to drink. Yes. You saw what happened in the Nima County, the Pong County, the people drinking water. I was surprised. Somebody was telling me one of the town there in Buffalo County, they said, but the people are drinking ice water about one outside, we're not drinking anything. I said, wow, for true, yeah. So it's important. So the light is life. I want to say thanks to the team, but I want to say please do more. When you do it good, we will say it good. When it's not good, we will say it to you. And please, this tendency of people not accounting to things, we want a comprehensive report of the past leadership, especially the task force. How many meters? Were these meters to give the workman meters are meters given to people on different grade? Meters. That's what I heard. Maybe wrong. The meters then the one they gave you on the other side different. They said that. We won't know. We want a comprehensive report on these meters that come in the country. Where are they? How many of them have been installed? Monies that was paid towards these meters. How many dollars has been collected? We want to know. We will not just bring our materials in the country because we want to serve the people. Then once some Tom, Dick, and Harry sit there, and we get no accountability on it. Allegedly now, we get no accountability. We want to know because Mr. Mohammed M. Sharif, you will also be accounting for the office you're in tomorrow. So it will be also good that others who are serving a position, let them account for this. Please, Liberians are in dire need of electricity. And the ambassador, nothing before we go to the line that they mentioned about this firefighting thing. You know, we guard the electricity, but we also want to guard against using it that will cause some shock, that will cause fire outbreak. Because
yeah,
most of the times,
and there's a standard tool to look at the wire that we use
yes,
to wire our
yeah.
units. You need to seriously look at that too because sometimes it causes some of the problems.
Yeah, and the appliances you are using is also matched up with the kind of wires, the kind of insulation you carry in your house. It's important because I've got current there now, and most of you always love to keep your appliances in the wall. I'm talking about in the socket. It's not good, or in the receptacle, whatsoever. It's not good, or the extension cord. It's not good. When the TV plug, the fan, you have the percolator, you have this other thing, you have your phones, your power banks, the fridge, all these things are plugged. As soon as current go, you just leave them there like that, you go sit down. It's not good for you. Please, my people. These things are things to be regularly checked. Just as much as current comes, you go there, put it back in the receptacle or the wall. Please make sure that when current go, take it from there. Some of you have the tendency of leaving your meters, the breaker on. You know, you go somewhere, then you leave your stove on where you feel cooking something. You put it on low. This one, you leave the S back on, the fridge on. You leave the television on. You got to, it's in abundance now. Then you go out and lock your door. It's not also safe for you. It's not safe. You are not there in case of anything. You may even post nonsense yourself when your neighbors are raped. Because a lot of the issues that we had around here, though there were no special forensic carried out to ascertain the cause, but everybody were attributing it to electricity. And it was because of the faulty materials, electrical appliances people were using. Please, my people. And one thing I must say to you, cheap is very expensive. Don't be too cheap to the extent that you lost everything you have worked for over the years. Make sure that you have durable materials. When they are running your lines and you have in mind some of the appliances you will get, let them use the right wires. Don't say, well, I want cheap. No. Then tomorrow, you won't put washing machine on the line. You see there? You won't put baking stove on the line. You won't put dryer machine. You won't put it on machine. But my colleague planning to buy washing machine, and I'm advising him, you should be very careful on the kind of lines you will be on so that he can save the family a lot in the future. This is important for us. So why they are highlighting this, issue to us, we are also cautioning you. Please, my people, try as much to make sure that the wires, some of you are just running your wires, some of you having wire in the houses. Today, you just have the 25-hour thing. Tomorrow, you may want to have something bigger than that. Today, you're washing in top by your hand. Tomorrow, you want to have a machine to wash. You dry your clothes outside, you have dry all these things. Please make sure that when you have these things in your mind, use the proper material for your building, for your house. Don't just do it because you won't have house. Then tomorrow now, you say, hey God, how it happened without know. Please, save yourself and the community a lot. And those that are on the street, who purport themselves to be LEC workers, because they got their shoes all in their bag. When they come to you, say, we get flat rate. You heard it at the MD. He said they are now putting measures into play that if you are now spending your token, they will know, and they can start to you. They will know.
Yeah, we in a digital age.
Yeah.
So we need to.
I can be spending money all the time to charge my meter. Then you on that side, you won't be acting that you too smart. If you steal something,
we're exposed to.
Who come for you, you feel bad. Seriously. Myself, my father, my $10, I got something to do it. But I said because something is important, let's find the rule. You know, the young man came do the past time. He said, we can leave the video there. We are hanging something away. You be getting something. I said, but it will be good. But in case tomorrow, I've gone to work. I sit on the radio talking. They actually receive a call back and forth from my house. They go to the check-in and I call, what will you do? Will you come and defend him? He said, no, probably you're going to defend yourself. I said, no, sir, I got to defend myself. Let me defend myself in this way. Because some of you are left free things. And the free things come from us in this country. And as some of the free things make it so horses can get born for nothing. They start putting on God. Because some of you are left free things in this country here. To put meter charge or meter and get a token, you don't do it. And let me say something, this is important. The online recharging, I'm sending to the 2 GSM company. I hope that the folks at LEC can work on this thing. When you try to charge your money, they will not ask you what size you go. But when you get receive your token, they will tell you say that they are responsible for it. So call the other side. Your please start that kind of thing. Sometimes people can recharge on GSM companies. The token cannot come. It takes a long time. Your please work on those things. Because it's important. Imagine you home 3 o'clock in the morning. Your token gets finished, the meter stop. and you need light. You need to press in the morning. You need some work to be done. You take your mobile and go to a specific GSM and say, recharge online. You go recharge now, the token can come. You mean like a daybreak. When you start calling, customer service telling you they have customer service here, they want for the other thing, but call the other side. We want nothing happening. Please, you're gonna look at it. And those people that are selling the POS, MD, you gotta work on it. They will tell you, say, our money on the money here, folks can do the work here. We don't know whether that the process you put out there isn't good. There have been complaints. And they fluctuation in the token. You go, today they give you 18.9 kilowatts, 18.6. The other one say you will give you 21. Which one are we depending on? Though we are asking that in the not too long distant future, while we're having sustained current, let us have reduction in the amount of tariff go on with the kilowatts. Yeah. Let us see ourselves paying for 25 kilowatts for $5 US. Let us see it happening. If possible, $10 for $5. 10 kilowatts. Let's see that happening. But we should not be, you go there and say, you get $5, say, no, you gotta add on it. You gotta add this money on it. You gotta add this one. Please, we hope that we can help to solve those issues. But those are just some of the concerns out there. We know that there are plans for the medium and long-term reforms that the institution is actually pursuing upon, and we know without cost, reflective tariff, and essential revenue collection, the system won't be financially viable. But we're also saying to you, bravo, and please, Liberians out there, join this fight. Pay your current bill. Don't steal current. When you know you're not ready to replace, don't steal current. And don't go poke. You say you recharge a meter, then you connect somebody else. You say me and the person will be put my meter, they be giving me something better more. You yourself don't put yourself in that kind of problem. And we say thank you to you this morning. But let's go to the lines. 0775 919 919 080 919 919. Let's talk
to our caller this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Good morning, Mr. You know, was trying to move point this morning concerning the LEC. But I want to inform you since November last year, my meter was stolen. I went to LEC office, I was drawn. And she told me to apply. I applied. They told me that my meter was to give up to me. Up to now, I now receive my meter. And then I go there, I will come back. And then I go there, I will come back. So, how do LEC expect me to get correct? And my house, since that time, my house is in darkness. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's talk to our caller to line.
Good morning, Ambassador Wiki and that.
Yeah, go ahead, Luto.
Yeah, thank you. This is the voice of Luto, Nobody Sagi Jim, Jennifer Treasury States, most of the country. I listened to this morning, let me appreciate it for the short period of time, but the household losses, it had to do with the woman meter that is shared around. Don't you know that the criminal are taking the meter for all the work, but the CIU will use so. How will they work when the criminal take the meter and the CIU that is so rich away, they in your hand? So even making our people are putting meter in their private homes. Islam, their garages, they are putting the Islam because LEC, if when something happens, you call LEC, you will not talk about you see the meter, you care your complaint. No, that's somebody thinking we cause a power test because when you see a meter, you go there, you want to go into your case. When someone using the meter. So LEC have to work also think that everything LEC will work on. So you're thinking for the education board, LEC taking hassle losses. Thank you.
Yeah, well, and I'm here to be stealing current because the current is important for us. Yeah, Josiah, go ahead.
Thank you, Josiah Sue calling from the Commonwealth Peace Island. Commonwealth 540. You know, we keep going and let say thank you. For us, we for the traditional background. Without power saying when you press the light, you get 2 months of that before the oil. We're not pressing now. I do say thank God for the new time for everything for the new ND.
Yeah, what we are saying.
I found him yesterday. He said, no, we acknowledge some things that we made, but some challenges that we met. We don't have it all bunch of people who sit and strategize and think, what can we do? And then part of the issue talking about, we ourselves should be security. The community chairman and this is something working with these people, and the people like this is something working, so let me get on that little bit for that key, the quarry that you were saying, that we are placing on the way to work on that in our own section. I always tell people, they draw a kind of come there, you and I, we also want to, you have a good father, they don't join the court of war, so they don't drop. Over the years, so obviously, she was 17 or 16. Those are working with them. Like they're working, everybody today, yeah, I'm over there. You know what they chairman brought one thing in the office. When you come in the connection, okay, I'll call you to about every we go on that. Because if you get more there, directly, they would have been the air for the order. So now we go on that. But the future, we will get out center in here. We will be able to swap the truth from pole to pole and there. I'll call it still another. So we should have, we ourselves are watching our down to what they will stop. So the ABC, as the advancing, the rat, the fish national, the ABC be what type of games.
Thank you.
Okay.
Let's talk to other callers on the line. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good morning. I was over here. I was today to get a call from my resident.
You're welcome.
I want to give kudos to the managing director, organizing director of LEC, who have been experiencing stable cover for the past weeks. So I want to appreciate it, but there's something, all of guys are listening, all for us. They need to be proactive when it comes to customer housing problem. I'll give an example for me. My meter have an issue. I've got my tool now, but I showed that I'll go up to the days. I cannot recharge it because I have issue. I went to the problem. Why is telling me I have to buy another meter which is 150? So why is it that mean I call sure power issue because I'm going to feel more easy for meter when I become a problem to replace all the new one fix. You will say you should buy another meter because you will never run out of meter for more than months now. I don't have current, so we need to kind of people acting on the field to make use of this problem. And when the government breaks down, they should be able to come as well. To have faith when the community want to generate money, because we are going to continue as we say, all the end people are looking at situation. Thank you very much.
Let's talk to other callers. Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, go ahead. When you're ready, you call back.
Yeah.
Hello.
Good morning, go ahead.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm calling from the state. Yeah, I want to say thank you to the party managing director for the problem I get with LEC. Even when we don't get problem, the last time we don't have problem, I went there. We go to me, I went to last to go start there. They say, oh, go carry the complaint. I went carry the complaint. Put it on paper, everything. They say, go. Somebody will come to you, they will call you here no more. I came. Nobody came to me. Someone don't think they happen when you get contact on LEC, but when you look for them to kind of take your problem, you not have problem. So that one part is the name to very clear for it.
Okay, thank you. Let's talk to other callers. You live.
Yeah, the customer service should be up to the task.
And all time is still involved.
Yeah, what's up? Go ahead.
Thank you so much. My concern how to deal with this meter issue. I will say congratulations to LEC, but as the right, don't praise the white chicken too much. But don't get it all, the red one. This meter issue, if foundation folks, they're very hard to help us because the people are the voice for us to citizen. When it comes to the meter issue, why would you get a meter and you put it in the room, in the bedroom? Meter, not even the living room, but you put it in the bedroom. And you put it in the bedroom where you get a meter, you put a meter in the bedroom, then you put, you just have a lock on the deal was for a meter again. the thing that LEC need to work on. Our information goes on every country. That's how I come to tell no issue. All the people, everybody, when we have all wars of war the meter is unfair. Because if you take that meter from that war, it's empty to you. Nothing, there will be no use that bring it back to that number. That's how it's supposed to be. That is different. Liberia is somewhere America need to step. But we are not doing it. But I would like to say thank you people so much for you people for us to have voice.
Thank you. You're welcome. Call us your live.
Good morning, National Vice Bro.
Go ahead.
Joe Mova.
Yeah, National Vice we are telling so much. Every day we listen to your Ricky Bros. They are doing their best for the country. But the country not change, they deal with them. God bless you. All the country topic because you have a lot of topic. The issue. I just want to tell Kool to the director and Sherry Ali in doing well with the small. But Mr. Sherry Kalu and all the Mary Bro, because the Mary Bro, that picking that they corrupt, they can't attack people. Common people then they say them, they tell themselves they have to live out. See, we are seeing the better in the community. So meaning that everybody need to all in everybody are not to stay there. Because they don't want to put people on that son there. We look at the power right now. What the money going? Where money is going? Who the common people want to attack him? Who the common people not feeling? But it ain't easy. But tell them, because they're not recharging me up. And that's why they're around me, brother. Every time because they say the block of comment, they go, they on direction, we found that there. So it's not the inequality, they tell the common people. But try to tell me, bro, please tell your police that if that is one point in the political was it. For the father, before you can have before you're wanting everything when somebody could be able to put in and it's still get put in the people, common people there. But they will not go to the people who are still like a put money, what they expect them country, but only the common people will respect them. But then, happy my family, maybe I'll be sorry, but the father will come for tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah,
man, just up there.
Good morning.
One stop promo create a problem.
You're welcome.
They just have every clean their own house because women to I will pray to see wire for the women to ground anybody wants to buy a wire or to buy a meter. I see every wake up over the community and said the people and buy a bit. I think when people in the community and will destroy it. So that every check their own people and corruption that causes the power. Wherever one people is, but because the service that can be concerned, they will ban the stolen one and then the streaming will destroy for them. So that man will go and tell you.
Okay.
Thank you. Let's talk to other callers you live.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, Daniel Keller.
Yeah, this is Daniel Keller. I'm sorry because I only wrote going to my church. Just thank you for your blood for the money.
You going to your church?
Yeah, I went to my church.
Go ahead.
Same December 4th, I went to LC to get me to same December 4th, 2024. Also now I go there, and tell me say, go come back. So things that I'm calling. If I see calling now, then who do that? I mean the passing now. I won't call it. I want to be paying money to LC for this process to be developed. Same December 4th last year, also now. I want to go there, they can give me time. So if I get anybody that will give me calling, I will take calling for them.
Oh, that one get it probably. Yeah, you.
They don't want my money. I'm waiting for me to be paying for calling. I got my check for me to put calling in the check. No one to put calling in a room. And now we want 2 meters. And now we want shape December 4th also now. I can get it. So if I see anybody that will give me currency, I will take it.
No. You don't get problem. Oh,
good morning. Good morning, sir.
Yeah. You know, NDC, the new management is trying to do well. For me, my big question is that distributor, according to them, is the property out there. Wherever anything is without score, you get your company for them to replace it, they can't do it. Then they will ask you for you to go back, new meter. And they say the property is for them, you're going to pay money for it. So he's going to pay for it, then it's not enough for you, and for them, then when it's so easy to replace it, they say you will pay another money. Actually, they need to work on that system for the get. They need to improve our meter business. Those are the things that are causing all problems for power tech. Because if a meter spoil, you say, as you read power meter again, the meter now is 150. And that's what they want to say, that's more money. It's about 50,000 is limited.
Thank you. Let's talk. All right. They are listening. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my brother. How are you?
Well, can't complain.
All right. Yeah, thank you for the topic this morning, especially with the LEC thing there. I have a big concern with the LEC business, especially when it comes to the protection of the focus. My name is Kofi Kamara, calling from Tukoro. There's an area from 2 FM going down to the Tukoro market. There's an area there, look at the focus. But there's a business area. Every time you go there to buy, if you pay $5, they will deny you to $450 like $1 there. So I mean, I asked them one thing. I said, well, we'll pay the $50. I mean, pay the $50 behind the $5 or the $10. So where the money wants to? Who use the money? Where it goes? It goes in LED cover or what the $50 is actually for the fellow who gave me answer about it. So I think, but then you're stealing from us. But if you calculate this money, $50 per each customer, if it comes that back a year, tell me, if you get 1 million customer, you got 50,000 of plus. Okay? If you take $50 from each customer. And the other thing is not the money that was taken from us in 2002, I think 2022, yes, regarding the meter business, where we were all accused as a criminal on anything.
Yeah.
Whether you were having coverage, you were not having coverage, once you choose to buy the meter, you are accused as a criminal on power theft.
That's my opinion.
Yes, they took that money from us. Up to today, there's no account at how that money was used, where that money was used for. Never broke to sell over. Nobody is asking for us.
Everybody answer question.
There's something that they really need to look into.
Yeah.
Before I leave the land with the meter, when they see people meter from the houses, you carry a complaint or you call the customer service, they will say they're right. You go to anything, they say, go to Tukoro, yeah, as to a regular thing. If it's from Tukoro or things that they say, go to Tukoro and tell the people that this is what happened to their meter. And nobody will come to your rescue. So how are we living? How can we stop this silence? That's some of the things Sherry will be looking at as managing director.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, Mrs. Scotty there.
Let's talk to our callers on the line, 0775-919. Okay.
Let's talk to Mrs. Scotty.
Yeah.
Mrs. Scotty, the power being an area business. Good morning.
Good morning, and you can see it wherever we have good morning, and say, anything with them is very strong. Anything working on the future, because we pray when chicken against the European reward. Oh, they can't say with the answer, they see meter, they see what. One day, what in I just saw the way the shoes in their hands. I know they don't clear all the wires from behind. When they come, in the deal, fighting almost the wire, not to get outside. And take the wire from the church, some happy the children bring it. The chicken is up on the children. I said, call up with the children, you for me. Oh, and you called me wires. I said, for one. I told you, I said, now we are nobody will see from all the family. I really can't stay there, walk to it up. The LC for almost me, and I was on there, I would tell me before I say, you came and pull. And 1 meter can be seen, I pull almost 6 meters in that place. What can be seen? Trust me, you can answer for how you never bring bro, answer for how they are going to.
And you know, the guys don't assist in it.
LC was a silly people meet up, and I see my meet up before. And when they see the meet up, they see the wire, you carry the complaint, they say you must spend your own money. And you spend your money, and you get it. All day, there are 2-3 of them money in passing for the iron shoes. But if they don't get in, they come and they don't be much yourself. Because when you go in Lord to make it, so we need to get food. But they pay money.
Thank you for being part of it.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Scotty. Tommy's off the line. Let's talk to another caller here.
Okay, let's talk to other callers on the line. Let's go to the side and talk. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Brooks, and good morning, Mr. Lai.
Good morning, sir.
Basiga, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. My name is Basiga Dias F. And thanks for this topic. The first thing I want you to know that they are an SOE providing service. And that service is provided to customers. When we keep that at the back of our mind, we're not saying that the LEC employee will not think that the property for them. They will know that they provide a service to people and no people need it. So they should work on the interest of those customers. Customer always right and customer come first. When we keep those small details at the back of our mind, we provide the service rightly. The first thing is installation of LEC force. They go wrongly. They keep in order every platform in trying community. Everything will not down there. That is dead crap. Every other child will be remote, but they have no idea what according to the wire, or what it is, or requiring water, the wire will have mark, children will say, whatever the water there, they don't want you getting the recipe and that. Because the footage that comes is very high. The next thing is that you don't have right to steal in current, or you are not delivering the service on time. You say the meter has an issue. One big is that we saw it goes for replacement. And you can't put a car line that you will replace the meter, you don't replace it online. And you want to put the vehicle exactly when I put about you to buy a generator, but I have warning. Before that's really for you. If you want to purchase the product from you, from the government, everything needs to be delivered per arcade. When it comes to these things, when customers will see what call, be on time. Our government to the management that you also some part of your department is becoming overburdened to other Liberians and we're going to say for you, other Liberians and that professional here. And moreover, so we take it current from here, let it take it for a short period. Let's start to realize that we are narrow. And what we're going to give you was down to work. The reason that does not work, we keep telling you the right to be on where the water will be coming when the gun was done. So the water is going back. And the water will come with the full for the rain season or the bad thing will still have electricity. But because we get more of the with Molossi, you are ready. When you drink the water will fall away, the drinking is going. So that the effect of this involved. The remedy is for us to do it more slowly. We build a hatch. Store water in a hatch when it dries season. And when you store it, the other side is coming, it's the cover, it will go right back into the hatch and come back. What is it? I was all done.
Okay, thank you. I remember one of the press conferences with Monica Tan, he made mention of that, or recommended by, especially for Uganda, who have done it across Africa and other countries. I was also using that you don't have artificial power during the dry season. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
This one
never really.
Sorry, you can't be near the radio and talking about. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to my two big brothers in the studio.
Good morning, sir. Right, let me go ahead.
We the quicker enemy for LEC first. LEC can be your enemy for yourself. Because even if they cut people down and you get them small things, they will do you back. I tell you, if I would say I have church normally, myself will see. Because you be in a group where everybody do it, they only have one everybody you get put into one every time. The next enemy for LEC of our, now the BB got it, the senator and the representative, look, over 75% of people are paying what LEC bill. And what, if I want any care of nothing, not the percent, they pay nothing. The next group, the Indian and the guy who got the BB to say, let you know. So LEC need to start from their own horse. One, you might money that are not even paying current bill. You need to start from their own. They can't represent them. No ministers and cabinet ministers, they're not paying. Everybody that's all. And then short them the money. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And you know, now let me say something. I've seen that on so many occasions. I've listened to people complaining, and it's one thing that some of the folks, because there are professional people at LEC, some of the guys who are on the field, they are professional, they understand the working, you know, when you ask them to do a piece of work for you, come to do the work. But they are unscrupulous individuals. This is what some of them do. They climb the pole, you see 3-4 meters there, deliberately because to be called, one person will be having probably a meter call you. They climb the pole, they will find means to disconnect somebody's meter. In order that when they leave, when the person comes, and the person will not have current, then you will have to call them and pay them. We have seen that. Let me tell you.
So they can call you, come around.
I am exposing them now.
To come
they will claim the pole, they see 4 or 5 meters, because one person got a problem with the meter, they will claim the meter, and they will make sure they get somebody's meter wire up a little bit that you will not have power. And you will have to call them. Oh, you claim it. You have to, so sometimes you find people being around before they tamper with somebody's meter, because when they tamper with the meter, you don't want to sleep in that. Then you got other things. Then you have to call somebody, you call one LEC man, you come work. Then he gets more money for a pocket. That's what we call stealing. They call you weapon 1 meter. They call you weapon 1 meter, weapon a meter, you get a pay, whatever it's all you but you want double pay. You tamper with somebody's meter, then you go and call you back. 0775 919 919 080 919 919 are the numbers you can certainly call us on to be part of. Okay, let's take this break and bring you this drama this morning.
That's something for our people that do not go about. When people work hard for that repetition, it's something that you work for. You sacrifice yourself. You don't want to be a corrupt public official. You want to work within the confines of the law. You take time to do it.
Was the issue of the load shedding. That means you have some communities on 10 hours, some are off for 5 hours, that intermittent power. Our goal was basically to reduce that significantly, if not zero, but at least to the bare minimum. And we had to quickly leverage, we had no other option to leverage the regional network to bring power from Côte d'Ivoire to optimize domestic generation. And there where we are today. We've not started Guinea yet. Today I'll be signing the PPA from Guinea. Hopefully over the weekend, the next week or so, we will be bringing from Guinea. I see that people talk about Guinea coming. It hasn't come yet. We've concluded the PPA. Hopefully it will be coming. As Guinea comes, we will shut down the bush road to save on the fuel, because it's strategically in our interest to deal with cheaper power than the expensive one that you get through generators.
It appears that the LEC bus, is a matter of movement. Is it because we are in a winter season? And second, a report from the Liberian Senate. In a few weeks from now, you'll be appeared before the Senate committee. And before that, Senator Dillon has taken an official Facebook page and pledged support to you. The brother says you should remain active so that they can enjoy the current. What do you say?
Well, for me, we will be blessed if the rain is around. That's fantastic. That's good news if the rain is around. Are you seeing rain?
No.
Okay, so we will be happy because the Mount Coffee produces 66 megawatts, but now we are not putting 66 up. We are putting either 18 or 36, but we are using 100 megawatts. We have to get the gaps from somewhere. So that's why I told you from the beginning, that we get it from Côte d'Ivoire and also from the Bushro plant.
Honorable MD, I'm basically concerned about the power theft. Are there measures that have been put in place to reduce power theft in Liberia, most especially in Central Monrovia?
What?
Are there plans?
Yes, there are plans to reduce power theft, and we've started already. We have the anti-power theft task force. We're going to basically institutionalize that, bring people in, and build the capacity, and as well as also further from the point of view making the availability of meters. Sometimes we understood that when there are no big meters, people resolve to connecting either ways. So we're making the meters available to everybody. And once we get connected, we have a way of detecting whether you...
Million plus 100,000, I think is sufficient.
Now the public listening, we want to know the concept of this entire case.
They ravished my land, vilified the good character of my client. It came to me, and we filed a complaint with the court. The court sent out a writ of summons and designated a village to go and serve the writ of summons. They came to the point of even attacking her, insulted her and said that the court will honor their feet. So what we did was we simply followed the case, we followed the procedure. Well, the judge said that we did not prove special damages even though he lost a series of contracts, but they awarded 1.5 million United States dollars plus 100,000. That is sufficient.
And I did hear the judge talk about that amount serving as a deterrent.
Yeah, that 100,000, he called it the exemplary damages. He said it will serve as a deterrent. That people go on the radio, it just ravish Milan people, character, vilified them in so many ways. But the 1.5 million is general damages. It's okay for the psychological injury that he has suffered, the trauma, harassment, humiliation, public jeering. People looking at him and say, oh, there's a man here. That is great. So we send out a strong message. This man is a very good man. He's a friend for 44 years, classmate, many years ago. So we have to always defend them.
Now you being the lawyer, we listen to you. Can we hear from the client?
Don't hear from my client. I'm going to show you.
Mr. Kool, welcome to Spoon TV and LNTV.
So tell us, how do you feel about today's ruling?
Well, I am also, again, elated, happy. I'm a person of law. I've always opted for the rule of law. And for people that go to Milan, people go with impunity, to even wanted to attack a court officer, I thought it has no place in our jurisprudence. I thought this case would serve as a precedent to so many other folks that are out there just going about saying things about people that they cannot prove.
Now that you have tested the law and you won the case today, and you have worked with them before you. So after this case, do you think you should extend olive branch to them? That's why the ruling?
I don't know about olive branch, but you guys are now being charged and found being a judge for acting like this. I don't think I can actually vouch for them in any way to perform.
Yeah, Mr. Kool, welcome to Spoon TV. So the federals, they probably would say probably because they were both working at the same entity and got dismissed, and at the same suspended and dismissed at the same time. This is the reason for which he pursued this lawsuit against them. How can we reconcile this entire process that you went through?
To be honest with you, the LDA had nothing much to do with this process. What we went through here, most of these situations, most of the maligning and rebellious and slanderous comments were made when I was no longer director of police, director of the DU. They used my public figure, persona, as the backdrop, which the judge has the right to do. But I basically, whatever dismissal, whatever reprimand we got from His Excellency has nothing to do with it, because I've always subjected myself to the whims and caprices of the power that be. So we will hold no grudge for what transpired, but the state doesn't give anybody the right to malign my character. I work hard for it, man. I've spent almost 35 years of my life in public life. Served as a police officer, not just a detective, field agent, went to as far as Deputy Director of Police for Operation and Deputy Inspector General of Police. And so public life has been where I found myself. Served as Deputy Commissioner of Maritime as well. And also, at one point in time, during the interim period, I served as Chief of Staff of the AFL. I represented this country at all levels. To come here to be maligned by a group of two guys who basically have no appreciation of what we did in public life without looking at willfully, conscientiously, went ahead and then carry on these kind of liability. I thought it was something that needed this kind of reprimand. And I'm happy, even though I needed additional money for damages we incurred.
This was a whole long trial, Mr. Kumant. What were the justifications for all the libels and slander that were carried on?
What was exemplified out there was that the guys basically created their own set of rules. Like they will say, let me say my truth. To say a truth about somebody's reputation is something that we shouldn't be taking in this country. If you want to say a truth that will be factual, that will be acceptable in law, in the presence of the law. But you can't say a truth to malign and defend somebody's character. I thought it was
the defense lawyers took an exception to the judge's ruling, meaning whatever that was said today has been approved. And so, what message do we have for others out there?
Well, I think it said they should have the option to file. The guy was just a proxy. So you should have the option to do it.
Criticizing why others are making their contribution to the country and will be remembered tomorrow. But however, folks, would like to say again, welcome. And you know, we say many thanks to all of those who've been into this fight for a long period of time, from the regime of former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, when this process started. When this process started as it relates to the establishment of the National Tourism Authority, after years of advocacy and planning, finally it has been done. I want to say kudos to the President of the Republic of Liberia in his wisdom who listened. And all of those frameworks, those who were there, making sure, selling their ideas, wanting to rebrand Liberia after 14 years of senseless civil war that we fought and damaged the image of our country. Some of our meaningful heritage sites got destroyed, but yet there are historical areas, there are a lot of things we can showcase in Liberia that will return millions of dollars in the cover and create jobs. That will create jobs. Because this process started, imagine, from 2006, 2006,
Yeah.
And they've been on this process. And finally, the President of the Republic of Liberia officially announced that the legislature has officially passed the act of creating the National Transit Authority. I mean, the National Tourism Authority.
Yeah, national. You know, there's a NTA.
Yeah, NTA. So I don't know how we're going to do it.
So now, when you say NTA this time, as which one?
They got NTA 1, NTA 2. The other NTA, the National Transit Authority, been existing.
Yeah.
So like NTA 1.
Yeah, NTA 1, NTA 2. Yeah. National Tourism Authority.
Yeah, the National Tourism Authority. A major milestone in Liberia. You know, the president, in his wisdom, what he said, we want to diversify our economy and showcase the rich culture and natural heritage to the world. Look, we got things that people have never seen before any part of the world. This country is beautiful.
Yeah, Ambassador. No. Like, we were once on the radio, you heard this conversation that the Sapo National Park has on the species that was unknown to the world. And that some of the footages coming from the Sapo National Park were on, let's say, the DSTV.
Yeah, National Geographic.
But you don't know.
Geographic.
See, so see how important we are, we just don't know. And some of the the major species that are unknown to the world are found in Liberia, like some of the bird species.
But that's why the president said it's not just for leisure, but it's for job creation. Because, bro, imagine, and they'll be providing education and training. Because when the tourists come, the pathfinder, that's how they call them, that will walk you through, carry you, you know.
They'll get somebody who can walk.
Yeah.
But and they'll get transformed.
That's why when they are rehabilitated, take it off the streets, build the capacity, these are areas that you can have. A lot of them earning good sum of money. Yeah. Look, Ghana made a lot of money. Billions of dollars from tourism. There are countries in the world, what do they have so much? Go to the Caribbean. They are in there. The beaches, the resorts. Those are things that they showcase. We got a delegation coming from Barbados to Liberia. You know, we are sister nation. We got things in common. So when you see these kind of things, these are areas that we talk about creativity, creating jobs. There are areas that just existing. Some of the ministry agencies, look, when you just take it from there and start to function, you see the dividends. You see how people will get return. We saw what happened to the Ministry of Agriculture. Or the Migrant Authority, where you have the fishery department was just there, nobody knows. But today, has become an autonomous agency
vibrant
that created jobs for more people. Sitting on own control, own budget, with international support.
And more to come.
And more to come today. Those soldiers fought to get the National Tourism Authority.
Yeah, I want to say thanks to the folks there. Yeah. And you know, so yeah, came to my mind. These are some of the areas that would have been illegal if we go the way of the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
We got part of the majority black also too, from the lower house. You see, but anyway, we fast forward on that aspect. And you know, again, by the 8th of this month, the president of Barbados will be in Liberia.
Yeah, that's what the delegation is already.
Yeah, for serious to strengthen the culture and the economic ties. And I'm hearing that the leaders on the 10th of May they will be in Cruiserville, where a presidential monument will be dedicated to 3 Liberian presidents of the Barbadian descent. The likes of Arthur Barkley, Edwin Barkley, and Julie Bryant. I said, wow.
Yeah, that's the when they check properly on the background, their lineage, you know.
And the monument will honor about 346 Barbadian families who settled in Cruiserville. And these are historical sites in Ambassador that tourists will come and want to see. Imagine the fact that they can now realize that the likes of Arthur Barkley, Edwin Barkley, Julie Bryant were from there, and 364 families settled down in Cruiserville. Tourists want to come and see that place. They want to go there. You see, we got several sites in this country that are so much unique.
Yes, just imagine they'll be focusing on developing national tourism policy frameworks. They'll be promoting Liberia's tourism brand internationally, coordinating with regional and international tourism organizations.
Yeah.
So these are some of the things that we expect, and we will all try to enjoy.
Yeah, man. What's the thing to the ambassador? Yeah. Tourism. You know? The poor man asking, they're not tourism, man. What are you doing? Nobody here, nothing. What are you doing? All day they're having prosper, but these are issues here. We want to say thanks to the president.
And that's why the president said in his first annual presidential media dinner on in April of this year, when he described the Liberian media as an essential pillar in the country's democratic stability and forward movement.
Sure.
So we're going to be talking about these things. We're going to be showcasing Liberia, telling you what we are. Look, the last time, you know, I've been there a couple of times, but you know, I went in our sports. I went to the Piso. Look, I couldn't believe that how, you know, natural beauty created by God. Nice area.
Because they let it control.
You stand up the hill and look, and even On your way, you see how fine the water blue.
That stretch of land in there. You see a level plain.
We are told in River says there's a drumstick there.
Yeah, what is it called? The war drum?
Yeah, it's a very big drum that will call nearby towns and villages. Once they knock it, the sound goes across and everybody's out to come.
Father, there's a rock when you go in Lufa. It says since the man entered the rock, he has not returned yet.
Why you doing that?
But you know, these are rich history of our region.
Look at the Providence Island. Where our free slaves.
And I'm happy that this thing has reached to the stage here because there's a serious call to rescue Providence Island. The size of the Providence Island is reducing. And very to be protected.
Yeah, because there are things that we should have preserved.
Yeah.
We lost it because of the Civil War.
Yeah.
And there are some places, some people are wanting to crush people building.
Yeah.
You know, we took some things where we had to manufacture or create our own ship. You know, to say that the shit that brought the free slave, you know.
And what we claim that
yeah.
It was good that the past government, let me say kudos to them.
Yeah, the past government.
What do you call it? The 200 year celebration. Because it's a name. I can't remember the name. Where they took our elders, chiefs, and some other folks to a historical site.
Oh yes.
And it began a major process where librarians will go back and see. And some librarians who were around in the 80s, coming to the 90s, they Manawala movie, Flomo, they were right on the island there, but you couldn't know they were on the island. People watch those movies.
But even the Providence Baptist Church, where the Declaration of Independence was signed, people want to go there and see. And say, oh, this is where the Declaration of Independence. People want to go to Nima Buto, where the crisis started. Let's see this time where that took where the crisis started. That took like backward. Let's see the war thing or the Moa.
Yeah,
they always
the king got broken down here and left here to today.
People want to come to Liberia and see some of the old vehicles that our past president drove.
Yeah, I was seeing some. I was on social media seeing the Todman, Doe, and Shastiller. I said, wow. And you could see the difference between the model of vehicles that they used at the time. You see, those are all things, and tourism will help us preserve them so that it don't just well away over time. If you go to Sunny Korea, where they owe you go, you see there, and when you go to that place, if cannot taken, we may just one day lost that site because the road construction has made it just right in the middle of the road. But it should be an area where it can be preserved. I want to advise that in the future, some of those houses, let's move them and extend the road somewhere so we have a space in the middle there so our children go there and see those sites.
Look at Hotel Africa.
Yeah.
We stop and they allow that place to get
go down.
Because because if we have kept it, tourists will be coming and say when they owe you, we've been established.
Yeah.
Yeah. People will be telling you, oh, this is the room that Emperor Haile Selassie slept in.
Yes.
You know, people will be telling you, they will be calling names.
And nothing there because other countries are connected to those people they want to see.
They will be telling you, Kwame Nkrumah, this is the room.
So, when you go in some of Bon County, you will see there's a little river where they see the catfish are onto it, and some historical analysis says folks from the village around there, they were living now.
Yeah, at least when tourists come to Liberia now,
they go and see.
They will have to
go. And they tell you, say, when you're feeding them, when you use bread whatsoever, no matter throw bread in the water, you see them, they come to the water get dark.
And you know
that the biggest of all, with the gamma on the comes on the hair when they arrive, all the other ones disappear.
Yeah, the king, the chief era.
Yeah, and the weapon wants to
and the businesses will boom because you see what will happen. The car rental services, when people come to Liberia, want to go to Patagui, go to rent a vehicle. Even some of our own Liberians who are right here or that will come from abroad with the children who want to see some of these things.
The warriors here. Even when you go there, the people playing their pineapples along the road, they'll bring it out there. People having their cassava, their oranges. Those things come out from the bush. Those are proceeds from the farmer's harvest. And people want to get those things.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, like bro, we're getting a good idea now.
Yeah, my very good friend and brother, my child friend, that one that came to him. He came to Liberia on this. He brought his son. He said, I've never been in Liberia before, so hey, they'll call me and we went. The kid that day was the first time seeing a million chicken.
You see that?
His very first time seeing a living chicken, and he saw it almost like pets. He's already behind, and you know they had chicks. Mm-hmm. I said, boy, you better keep that.
Turn to you.
You know,
doing
these things.
Yeah, to the media engagement with the president underscored the importance of the media in promoting tourism and sustaining national cohesion.
That's why he asked the media to please print and make Liberia kids, not to defend him.
And we want you people to please treat the media right. There are informations, there are institutions sitting down information today. They don't want to come to the media until they hear someone has story about themselves before they come and say, oh, they want to say it. Please come to the media. Let the media inform. Through the media, people get to know what's going on. The media is important. Don't sit there and wait for all the talk for them. They will put it. And we talk, when get money from you, say it's our responsibility to our people to give them the information. It doesn't mean that we should die inside it. There are monies in the places that
you just imagine if you told somebody you got tourists that will come to Liberia, maybe 2 or 3, and they decide to be here for 2 weeks, and they can hire 2 or 3 pathfinders for that time and paying them $50 a day to take them places, to take them to somebody. You know what it means for you? While people waiting for the month to come to an end to earn $150, $200, you earn it in 2 weeks. You earn pretty close to $500 in a month. Then the next thing you see, once these sites there's so much on it, and you see people flocking in to take pictures. The next thing you see people building nearby restaurant.
Photographers are making money.
Sure, people start
restaurant.
You start seeing a motel. Yeah. Because some of the people want to sleep. They won't see at night how the places can be.
Yeah. You know, they leave their comfort. They want to live in outside building again. They want the nice thatch houses. Yeah. Have prepared along the coast or the area where they are, and they can live inside. They want to eat. They want to eat the local food. They say, well, I want to eat local food. So there's a Kettle, Tomoki from Lofa County. There's a GB from Nema County. They start to showcase the Liberian dishes on a world and national scene.
Yeah, if you're watching CCJT, you find at times almost like in the forest.
We get that one.
They build fake. You see restaurant here. You see restaurant. You see.
I want to program a lot. Travel log.
Oh, travel log.
Travel log.
Sure.
Then we are going to know that the people will prepare reef. The tweet of the reef is prepared as a delicious meal.
And you know why? I love the guy who can present that show, because that guy can really taste food.
And yeah, because
I said, when the guy go to places, I said in the bush, you know, to some kind of resort.
The men stay there till so that what the night dances, the men will dance with them, they will do everything. These things will start to happen here in reality.
The man went to a village in China. That, you know, almost everybody out of the village now. There got 1 or 2 people, but way back, it was a historical area where ships used to talk. They're talking to some of the old houses, some of the restaurants where people from all around the world used to go. They're talking to a family that is currently, you know, growing apple and other things. They're talking, I think, he took the first apple, bit it, and, you know, they started enjoying. They're talking where they are fixing wine. People come from, you know, on tourism activities and move around. So we will make Because you know what? We're losing a whole lot of money. These people can come out, they came out, they just pass, they go, take the photos, they go to make
yeah, the airport is small children together, take that picture.
But when we are regulating the things, when they come, they will have time.
They will spend money.
We'll have agent and other people. When we see you there, you will have to show your permit that you do permitted to be there, and you register, you pay your money in government cover. And that's the tourism authority now, you see people going in.
And Ambassador Christopher Hesonanoga, yeah, they'll give you this one, yeah.
Yeah, but the man,
when it's good, we give it one. Say, we say, kudos to you,
special presidential ambassador. I mean, to the president on tourism. That's
so we will give it to you this morning.
He's one of the presidents who are also involved into this fight. Finally, we did able to achieve it. We can't just keep everything with politics.
Yeah.
You know, we gotta be creative. We gotta be looking around and see what can give us some money. People go to Ghana and say they want to go to the Kwame Nkrumah Square. You see people taking photos, people making money. We got places that we can make money from, but we just squeeze ourselves right there and just think everything that we can. We will go just pass the collective revenue and right there, the budget shortfall. So at least we have another entity that will employ people.
Yes.
And those who come in,
the ambassador been involved with this issue, tourism, decades in the media and the cultural promotion. You know, the National Excellence Award, where inviting issues of international guests will be showcased, the potential of Liberia tourism. We want to say thanks to you, Ambassador Christopher Hesonanoga, where you've been actively involved into national dialogue and international forums to advocate for Liberia. It's important, and I want to say thank you so much. The last time you and some of your folks, along with Special Envoy, Ambassador Mohammed Ba, were there in Nigeria. The rich heritage into mine, to the forest, into logging.
People go to Dubai and we'll improve these places, because there are some things we'll start putting to these places that when people go there, see so many places you go there, you see people want to rest in a home. Like yourself.
Even we give plenty post la brosse dana,
and you know that I feel by my home a few days ago, I pray Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, Saturday, Sunday when I'm not working.
Yeah.
So I can put my home and relaxing it.
Okay, we'll tell both here. Yeah. You know, we got so many things to celebrate ourselves.
I entitled to everybody for my relaxation.
One car with one over you. I'm for you. For you. You know, these are all important issues. And that's why we support the issue of the road connectivity coming up, that will get easy access to people traveling.
And some of our artists, the guys, the artists, what they're facing, you find people taking it there. When people see some of these things, you know, they will buy some of these things and carry it abroad. You see it in their homes.
But you see the people that want to go on the beaches in Barcelona, these are things they buy the culture. You see the Liberian wear, the Liberian materials, like the home.
So this is a big sector I bought to carry billions of dollars. This sector is big. The kids not taking out leave and go join that sector.
It's important. And I want to say thanks to the president for pushing this up. Thanks to the lawmakers who made it possible that this can be.
Yeah, you know, sometimes when you do something, you got a good thing and forget about fighting for spaces.
Yeah, who parking here, who not parking here.
Fighting for lock or key.
And someone have the rural parts.
Yeah.
You got historical site in our area.
Yeah.
It's never been showcased.
Yeah, the only way when the other kind of they be calling it towns and villages. Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
And it's good. The way now.
I'll tell some people the boat one now.
You carry the hospital medical bill.
I'll say you're looking at the air. The invisible clinics.
Your man will carry the newly certificated senator will carry people that see where you don't want the body and say these are areas there, and we'll show you these are our culture. These are our culture.
Somebody told me, I told the president, I said, look, I concentrated on something serious, I don't want to get paid. They said, man, first mission, man, will be Nima Bank. I said, you heard the what? They said, then they Nima Bank. I said, I want to hear it. I said, you know what they call bank?
How much money will be there?
So I said, you know what they can call me? He said, man, I'm calling about to go abroad to talk to all the anybody to see how to get some money. No people give it a loan. I said, I better go to your Suzu Club Sunday and establish a bank and I play. What kind of money will be that yen? Yen. So, but all of these things will be very good because tourism offers a lot.
Yeah.
It offers a lot.
Yes. And we want to say welcome to Liberia now. The president of Barbados wants to say welcome. We are happy with the bilateral ties and the kind of opportunities that will come because this will deepen people.
And like they said we're having education and training on tourism.
Yeah.
And so we'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll do, man.
Yeah. I ever go do accounting around here. Go to different things.
Yeah. Well, I from the one or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we want to say thanks so much for the dedication. By the 8th to the 10th will be in Liberia here, and the visit will include bilateral conversations, signing of agreements to foster cooperation in areas such as, more importantly, tourism, human resource training, cultural exchanges here. We got a lot. Look, let me tell you, Liberia got one of the most beautiful cultural dances, the dance steps. And from my own education, I've come to realize that our cultural artists we have in the country here is one of the best in Africa. Liberia can dance. Almost all of the cultural dances in Africa. Liberians are here to do it. So these are all issues that our folks want to enjoy. Imagine somebody come from way Barbados and you see we can dance like you. Somebody come from Senegal, we can dance like you. Somebody come from Angola, we can dance like you.
And just
so
there are a lot of ways we show our culture, our tradition.
This will reduce people being called less fortunate people. People called Zogo, because you will use your talent, you will use your God-given talent to put food on your table.
But it will even bring us together as well, because besides politics, some of us, we share the same heritage.
Yeah.
Some of us, we almost like related. But just before we go to the lines, let me say something quickly. And to the public, please. I met a mother yesterday in tears. I met a mother yesterday in tears. She says she has not seen her daughter since the 22nd of April.
Wow.
Yes. And but the most saddening part of it, she's somebody who is deaf and dumb.
Oh.
The person who is amazing.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Amen.
And she's Veronica Jala. So, but normally they call Atimami, but her family. So, but she had not been seen. So, anywhere you see, like how they call it, Bobo.
Yeah.
Yes.
But is it definitely?
She lives somewhere behind some father died. That's why, and the mothers, she keep worrying. I had to talk to her yesterday. I said, with God help, the daughter will come back.
And we're asking the public, please,
yeah. Anybody that knows the whereabouts of this, she's somebody who is dumb. But not somebody that can talk. So if she's somebody that can talk, the mother would not, because the fear. They're not somebody that will yell. She don't have that kind of voice. So you can just call this number just in case, folks. Whether today or tomorrow. 0777 48 48 11. 0777 48 48 11. 0777 66 36 36. 0777 66 36 36. Please, anybody coming across Veronica Jala, coming to call Mommy, she's from somewhere behind the sofa, the Juba community there. She got Macy's on April 27. She can talk.
Man.
She can talk. Her mother seriously in tears. From Iba Siba. Yes. Her mother in tears. So when you call, at least you say, yeah, I've seen this person. Maybe she can go there. She's in her 20s. Okay. Yeah, but I think that she was trying to explain.
Yeah, please be your help, man.
Yeah, she was trying to explain something, probably somebody being, giving us some headache on some high times. She most likely not walk up, but it's good to find her. She's not as normal like any one of us. She got some impediment.
Yeah.
So please, folks.
Anybody, please do justice, man.
Yeah,
from the
take that
police,
mother,
from the family.
take that mother out of tears. Yeah, yes, from the police. You can even carry out the police station, whatsoever. They will have to.
Yeah.
Yes, to anybody. But let's go to the line 0775 919 919 080 919 919. Liberia, the National Tourism Authority.
Yeah.
Been established right now.
Another sector has been unveiled.
Been unveiled, so we wait now to see, the kind of budget support and how we're going to generate here some money. Good morning.
Good morning for the second final segment of the show, Land and Wiki Books.
Yeah, Josiah, go ahead.
Thank you. Me and just have small quality for the order, please, Alan. I'm going to go 540. Wiki will have listened to you guys discussing about Baba or Babando or which country. I feel happy. There's a reason why when you get full responsibility and know what to do, they will definitely go in the interest of the country. Let me say, taking the Christopher H. Onanga, ambassador of life for treason. They may told you and asked him for an interview. He said, no, I made big business. If I was on the other $200, no. This food you can get from people who know what they earn degrees in, who know what to do best. This is the result of these things. Like, we are blessed, we have no trans area. But we are not prioritizing. None of them are established. Let me say thank you for preservation of God. Continues.
Yeah, and also Foreign Minister Sarah Breslow Yamti is also working so hard.
Also been in a show.
Yeah. She has already brought a letter of credence.
And we're also here too. We'll be making our contribution. I don't be all too. Good morning.
Good morning, Ambassador Bruce, and good morning, Ambassador Farah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Welcome, Ambassador.
My name is Kyle Katia Kyle, and I want to immediately to answer about ranking Lufa, where the man went. The person winner right now is a man. The person winner is a warrior.
Wow. The real story coming up. Yeah.
These are you're from people that we explaining to people start writing books.
They keep on the master phone. They have pushed the insurance back, and they have said as far as the house are calling and actually they have pushed them back, and if you that one and put on
You engineer, you are a story man.
I have traveled and brought in and out of the past until the 20 years.
Okay.
No, it's still about standing abroad. You talk about I will not be able to put it. I know where to see your body. I run out with the any type of share to the thing and where it is. So that you know that is in Matami. Matami is a time before ever bring on.
Okay.
Before for parents and right, there's a small water that running from that rock. If you commit that crime outside you lie, you will take a water or comfort and you will contest.
Go.
The school that is when you win around, the way the soul of pain, the way the view of everything that is in week, nothing changed. Then they get a 3-headed mountain. Then they get a planetary in or Sabon Labuma. Where they bury the warrior alive, because that's the only way to win the war. That planetary is dead. And our family is the only family in the world that can do anything that nobody can always do.
You see that?
Then you get a settled river. Now you cross over from Southtown to Revelstown, you cross Desert. If you on the river with food, you will see a draw of the water. Behind it is a waterfall. You can walk behind it, no water will catch you, the animals that will fresh water, everything, no power and what the animal gets. So I can tell you all this.
No. You are asking for I think we need to bring you on the show here.
We're going to carry the tourism now.
We're moving for an engineering era now. You can't go to tourism.
We're going to carry the NTA.
It's beautiful. And you will not know how beautiful it is until you travel it. I can tell you for sure.
Yeah.
The Pentecost, Sinyapo is really so Southtown. The cry is level, so that all the way to Southtown. When you can tell me 1 million over people coming from Kipahos to Riverside and back to Southtown, the over there on the road, you know, and there's an island in the sea, 3 different islands. If you see where on the island, the water has something.
You see that?
Thank you. Let's talk to other brothers. That's good. I love that. You're welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Ambassador. How you doing?
Yeah, go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, you guys just for going for the brother and let me appreciate the ambassador. You know, Nigeria, we don't like good people who have a dream. As soon as they try to bring the dream, place it into reality, politicians will come there, they will bring a head to destroy it. Because what? The person that come, they are not eating big money. There's something happening. And those who been there, they are not eating money upon money and basing themselves future property and their children. As soon as they see the kind of people, they want to drag them into the mud. So I think this is a good venture. Now, and you in the media, the fourth estate, you did more than well. And for some of all, we're not going to explain anything here. We got strategic error in need our technical service. We can provide it on behalf of the
That's why we said all hands on deck and get the work done.
Yes, thank you. So I listened to one politician that I want to come against the girl. All of their analysis does not even match reality. Come on. Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, they were talking about when they meet the way they will meet. Good morning.
Good morning, Vicky. Good morning, too.
Yeah, Kibra, go ahead.
Yeah, it's Kibra. So, you see, I love to call when you give people power, who deserve power, they work towards it. We did not give the women power to pull people who don't deserve power to put in the power. The women did well by giving a funny credit for Monica to be the maybe in no world, but there is a funny family. And also look at what I thank you also because the thing happened today mostly for you. Talking to you every day and then very the money was more sitting. That's not probably what I do, but you work for the country. Thank you so much. And the trace that somebody said, you know, someone was small, we all get that. There was a plane crash in somebody's bungalow, and there are some people who don't know what a plane crash is. So what I don't know is, then in bungalow where I established where I came from, you come into Kelly, but the big that you read. There's a cable there where, on a simple way, when you see green the grass, the sandwich and all for it. We and now have a life to you see fish up there on get on walk with a fish and whatever else. Look at people there, the law of the fish, you can go and grab it, one grab it, or you don't find what they for them when you grab there, when you lie here, whatever, so. Oh, please, wait up there, I don't criticize the one that put a and said it, the fish and whatever, we can see into the ground, it's the same on the ground. But you desire what you want to eat. But you made me say, you want for a great meal for a day, when you put an anyway, what I you, that's what I look for you on the other. That's the only president. So that was in the world will do this help.
People that put a year kind of story said to say explain it okay.
Thank you, my brother. It's good to have
you. Money for it.
Good morning.
Good morning, and good morning to the Liberian people.
Yeah, good morning.
I want to say hello to Christopher and Nika, who have been fighting for long and then to bring the thing to the source. And you see, I want to recommend somewhere too. You see, the walk area, the TV area, that everybody doing the water. You used to see when you have a TV, doing the water. People used to that particular area that when the war has certain part of that area where there's a valley. The citizens walk and when in that valley. They walk for in that area there, any kind of a way, okay, people who are there, even the men where you go down, when in our area, they will get people from that place. Now, all the people that will go, or who used to find food when you come outside, when you go to all of the place, when you're coming from the cave, from the cave, when you're coming from outside, the way can open. When you come from outside, you go inside, you scream for in that area that are coming. We're not living in that cave, we're not looking at any in that area that you saw me. That okay will call and you will not see nowhere coming from anywhere. It's a sort of area in that area too. So I also want to tell President Nemiga, thank you. We pray to God that most will come. And we also send for your education, you also send for your education, your computer, educating the Liberian people. We thank you very much. We appreciate who I want.
Thank you. You live? Okay.
Don't hold the line. We're about to go.
We're about to go. We're about to go. We squeeze in just one more call and we call it a day. Let's talk to the final previous caller. Good morning.
Good morning, information book. Good morning, sir. For this first issue, this is what because according to if this will work, Nigeria get another means of getting a green living on. We got places in this country that can give us, or even go, I will be sell out there, can give us good money into this country. For eyes or camera to be free to look places, can give us a very good money. I don't like to be English people talking. Comparing to what who are doing everything, what they are doing for us, I feel so great and happy. I just pray to Almighty Jesus that this will work. Our places and things I have done today will be for the job and will be better for the future of our children. Thank you so much.
And we say thanks to all of you for being part of the conversation this morning. And this is your breakfast info companion program. We are now taking our break. We're leaving you for today. I'm going to be back here tomorrow by the special grace of the Almighty God, inshallah. But it's good that we are certainly being here. It's been a wonderful time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening and leaving all of the comments as well. And thanks for sharing as well. But it's been a wonderful time for my Muji Brooks.
And we ask you to please follow us on YouTube, Kool Channel 2 as always, and Facebook Kool, and we're on 91.9. I'm Nathaniel Va, and Sakandu has been here with us. Until then, check it out.
Celebrate us as revolutionaries. Today, it is a sleeping, working president. A president that understands nothing about political leadership and administrative governance. Today, democratic values